Hello, big ups, and welcome to everybody out there in the Snortex. Another day of Phil being Phil. So I have a couple of clips that I want us to watch together, and a couple of things. I don't know. I did some research that was way too in depth and it shows way too much of my tism about something that he said. But the first thing that I want to do is get into a Snort Burnell clip about how DSP, he very obviously got called out for playing, WWE champions and spending 3K. And of course, he didn't hit either one of the goals yesterday, so he's beside himself and so on and so forth. But let's just get into it. Big ups to Snort Burnell for all of the delicious and beautifully edited content. I've already seen this video. I was watching it earlier this morning, and he really has some great edits where he tries telling you that there's no way you can spend 3K on WWE champions. He said that yesterday during his bullshit podcast that really needs to go. I'll talk more about that in a minute. But there's some really, really great old clips that Snort Burnell threw in here. So again, big ups.
This is how to play the game.
It would definitely be funny if he didn't hit the goal again. I think everyone's tapped out, man. I don't even think Cucky Koala came out for the birthday again, unless he's under a different name. I don't know.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Yesterday, there was like 2 or 3 people who came into chat, and they were saying that I spent $2,900 over the weekend.
First stream of the day, and we have Pigroach coping hard since he doesn't want everyone to know how much money he spends on pulls. Cucky Koala is a broke dolphin. Yeah, I really got to stop calling him Cucky Koala because someone in the chat said it yesterday and it was beautiful. They called him Guppy Koala, so he is now Guppy Koala, but I'm never going to remember that, but it was really good.
On WWE Champions. If you actually believe that I spent $2,900 on WWE Champions this last weekend, you need to immediately go to the hospital, explain the situation, and tell them to get you to the closest rubber room.
That's true, because $2,900 is actually inaccurate. It was $2,873, but let's digress. Here, the sick addict is you. You can silence everyone by showing your bank and spending history live and unedited. Yeah, well, that's never going to happen. So I decided, just because, I don't know, I guess I didn't have enough to do today or something like that. So I decided to just casually throw into Google, why does somebody tell you that you're crazy when you are attempting to confront them with the truth? So the top little AI overview that we get here. When someone accuses you of being crazy after you confront them with things that are true, it's often a form of gaslighting, a manipulative tactic used to make you doubt your own reality and feelings or deflect from their own actions or shortcomings. So here's a breakdown of why this person is telling you this. Again, it says gaslighting, and then it also talks about deflection and blame shifting. By claiming that you're crazy and in need of help, the person avoids taking responsibility for their behavior and shifts the focus onto you. And again, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, these are all highly indicative signs of narcissism. Let's carry on.
Throw you inside, lock the door, and lose the key. I have never once in my life spent $3,000 on WWE champions. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I had to lie.
I was actually going to go and pull up the Secret Limited video and go to the section where it shows when we had the between the bank leaks and then I think it was Piece of Pieces tips tracker. It was showing the between $5,000 and $9,000 a month he was spending on WWE champions, but I didn't get that far.
So obviously he
I'm pretty sure we already saw the secret limited video anyway. I'm pretty sure everyone's seen it. It's really good.
lied.
Do I spend money? Yes, I do. Do I spend $3,000 in one weekend on WWE champions? No.
Keep in mind that Pigroach has said multiple times that he no longer spends money on the game, and then says that he does, but it's little money.
There's not even, you couldn't even spend $3,000. Like, for example, in that game, if you want to get a character.
Perhaps not in one day, but again, because we have the splendiferous fucking bank leaks. I said this yesterday, I'll say it again. We can see that there are 6, 7, 8, 9 charges a day for the $110.09 from PayPal. So, okay, again, maybe not necessarily in one day, but over the course of a weekend, yeah, broski, yeah. You probably spend $1,000 on Friday night because you're off on Saturday. You go hog wild on Saturday, and then you reel it in a little bit on Sunday. And poof, before you know it, somewhere between $2,500 and $3K is fucking gone. I appreciate you, Orphan of Costco. Big ups, honey.
They have ways that if you spend.
There are multiple packages where you can spend all the money you want to continue advancing in the events. Yeah, I don't know of a game, not that I do this, but I don't know of a game that would say, excuse me, sir or ma'am, you're spending a little bit too much money. Maybe you should stop.
Certain amounts of money, you just get the character. Not once ever in the history of the game has it been $3,000. But this is the idiocy these people make up.
And it's been in the 2000s, nearly 3,000 several times. You know, Duty has several streams on this. I don't know if Peace is still, he used to stream all the time. I know he doesn't anymore, but I don't know if he's still keeping up with the, you know, tips tracker and the money and everything. But even if no one is currently keeping up, which I think that Duty still is, the thing about that is that we've seen it in the past. And you don't need a fucking PhD in psychology to know that the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. He has not in the slightest curved any spending. But we've seen at times where money is low, where he doesn't spend as much. But ironically, he does. And this video is fantastic because Snort Burnell will give us some really, really juicy clips here. Steven, what's going on, honey? How you doing?
People will believe, Hogan Lover actually believes that this last weekend, I spent $3,000 on a mobile game. Then I went to the liquor store and I spent like $1,000 on liquor. They actually believe that.
Okay, now you're using extremism because nobody said you spent $1,000 at the liquor store. But you have to remember that people aren't stupid. Well, not everybody is stupid. A quick Google search showed me that for your birthday, because you can't say birthday, because I don't know, I guess you're some kind of idiot, you spent $20 a piece on those 2 bottles of moonshine. But let's get real here. We all saw the drunk texts and you pouring your sad, weepy little heart out to PPP for fucking months on end. So let's not pretend like you don't do what you do. You bought more than that. Also, we have the bank leaks, which show you spending hundreds of dollars a week, every week at Total Wine. Also, when I Googled the moonshine, the Total Wine website was the first one to pop up. There isn't even a fucking Total Wine anywhere near me. And that's the first site that popped up that told me the price. Funny, that's what's on your bank leaks. The ones that aren't yours.
Mass addictive Hogan spending. And I'm going to say this publicly to everyone out there. If you're addicted to contributing to anyone, me or any other content creator, please seek help and stop.
It's all a lie, but it's obvious how much it bothers him to be exposed. Yeah, he really did like freak the fuck out. And I know that we, watched this live yesterday and reviewed it yesterday, but it is just so interesting when he gets called out. And when he stalls like this and puts his head in his hands like that, it's when he gets stuck. I'm convinced that this is a tell that he's stuck and he doesn't know what to say and he doesn't know how to get out of it. But he keeps going and going and going. Right here is where he should wrap it up. He should say, I don't spend that money and you don't know what you're talking about and let's move on. But he really needs to attempt to convince people. So he keeps going and going. I don't know, Toxie, you're sounding like a detractor right now. I mean, where's the context? We're going to get some from the lovely Snort Brunel.
But again, these are from morons who they listen to the dumbest people. Why do you think someone wants you to think that I spent $3,000 on a mobile game this last weekend? Because you're dumb, you're gullible, and you believe it, and you give them views, and you give them money on their streams.
I would say a piece here, but actually Snort Brunel says it better than me, so let me just read what he has to say here. It's not something we invented, it's something that was exposed with the bank leaks. Leaks that you confirmed were real, but then you retracted and said that they were made up by detractors, but you still say someone entered your bank, but it's all fake, and then a big old lol. So yeah, it's why would we invent that? Why is that something that we would randomly say that doesn't make any sense? Of all the things that you could make up, I don't know. This is awfully specific. If you really wanted to like shit on this dude, why wouldn't you say that he spent $5,000 or 10 grand or something like that? It doesn't really make any sense.
They literally milk your stupidity. And then they're making money on you. How do you not understand that?
I don't know what money TJ Gamebox gets by reporting out the totals. That doesn't make any sense to me. He just makes a post on Twitter that I'm almost positive, not that I've spoken to him, but I'm almost positive he's not paid to post those things. He just does because he just follows this guy's actions on the game. Also, he goes on and on and on about this. This really could have very quickly been summed up in one sentence. If you're talking about the Down from the Rafters account, I sold it, so that's not me. So I'm not really sure what you're talking about. It would be an obvious lie, but that would be something that follows his lie. But look at all of this. And he goes, yeah, I still spend money. He came so fucking close to essentially exposing that he never sold the Down from the Rafters account.
I'm at such a loss that you guys are so fucking stupid to believe this dumb shit.
Oh my god, he's drinking gin. Gin is great.
Again, I'm not even lying to you, all right?
Again, something weird to have to begin a sentence with. I don't know how you folks talk to people that are in your daily life. Never do I start a sentence with, and I'm totally not lying to you here when I say. I would hope that it would be just implied naturally that you weren't lying to somebody. So also a tell that there's some bullshit happening here.
I do spend money on frivolous things. I absolutely do. Okay.
Once again, contradicting himself, since he has said many times that he does not spend money on frivolous things, that everything goes to important bills and necessary things. I'm working on a video that goes over some of that stuff, but it's not done yet.
Okay. But it's not out of control spending at all. It's all under control and fine. I'm not breaking the bank. I'm not going bankrupt a second time on this stuff. And there's literally
Yeah, remember, filed bankruptcy over this shit, so
no way you could spend $3,000 in WWE Champions in a weekend. There's nothing you could spend it on.
he's his own worst enemy, and he always has been, and he always will be. That's kind of the irony of this, where pointing the finger and spinning in a circle and saying it's everybody else. And there comes a problem, or there comes a point or a moment where you have to realize that the problem isn't everybody else. When someone starts a sentence with, I'm being honest, or some form, I figure they're instantly lying. It's just a very weird way to start a sentence. I don't speak like that with people.
You would get any new character, any new event, you would max the event and get the character long before you've spent $3,000. So you'd be actually spending money for nothing. You get nothing out of it. Why would you do that? There's not even a prospect of getting something
Spoon Hurler, what's happening, honey? How you doing?
by spending that much in the game. You'd have to be a moron to believe that. But again, these people are morons who believe it. They're that dumb.
He also counts on people not playing this game and not understanding how this game works. Like, I've never played this game, and so I don't understand how it works. But everybody has played those shit-ass mobile games where you see that you can spend and spend and spend. Nothing is going to tell you to stop, even once you get whatever the reward is, or the card, or the, again, whatever is happening in the game. Once you get whatever it is, the game is not going to have a little pop-up that says, hey, you got the reward, so don't spend any money. It'll say, hey, you got this card, or this, again, whatever. Don't you want another one? Here you go. I mean, that's what this is all about, is spending.
Here's the thing. Real gambling, you could spend that much. You can't, on a mobile game, they have guaranteed amounts that you spend where you get what you're going for anyway. They've built the game that way so that you don't continuously spend, that you hit that amount.
Again, I don't know a whole lot about this game, but do you get multiple copies of a card? Is there a card leveling system where maybe more than one card would be beneficial or perhaps even necessary? I don't truthfully understand the particulars of the game, and I'm not interested in really knowing, but
amount to spend, and then you get the reward, as opposed to a gambler just keeps throwing money into a slot machine hoping that one of these pulls it's going to win, and you might never win. With mobile gaming,
yeah, but you're going after, in theory, with WWE champions, you're going after one card specifically, but you want other cards too, and the more gooder cards are going to be paywalled behind the things you have to pay for.
these games have built that you're going to get it anyway. Like, for example,
you get useless duplicates. Oh, are they useless? Okay, I appreciate the information.
what was a couple years ago, there was the Street Fighter game, right? The Street Fighter game, what was it? Street Fighter Duel, it was called?
And no mobile game in the history of ever, again, has the little pop-up that says, hey, guy, listen, you're getting a little out of control. Maybe you should slow down.
Or whatever. Same thing in that.
That'd be like your phone popping up after you were, like, fucking around on it and saying, hey, guy, listen, maybe you should, like from the Canadians from, like, South Park. Hey, guy, maybe you should have a rest, buddy.
Once you spend a certain amount, they guarantee you the pull. So you spend a certain amount, you're going to get the character you want anyway. So when these idiots...
Best case scenario, something like Netflix or Hulu will be like, are you still watching? Because it doesn't maybe know what you're doing. It doesn't know if you're fucking or fighting or if you're not even, in the room anymore. But it won't say, hey, listen, you've watched like 42 episodes of Next Level Chef. Maybe you should do something else. It just says, are you still watching? Because you've been like dormant for a while. So I think that's about the closest that we could get with all that. Coffee Boy, thanks for the 10, honey. I appreciate your generosity. Phil and his defenders must have forgotten there's a documentary out there proving he spends thousands on WWE, but we detractors are the crazy people. Exactly. And it is, I think it's secret limited. And if you haven't seen the video, which I know we all have, but if you haven't, go see it. It's great.
Idiots say this dumb shit, it's because they don't even understand how the games work, because they want to spin it in a way that you think the
Greedy
most
Piggy, what's happening, honey?
out there nonsense. That's just not true.
You had to basically keep spending.
Now let's see what Pigroach of the past has to say to contradict the current Pigroach. This is unbelievable. It's such good editing. It's really great clips here from Snort Burnell.
In order to keep buying the recharges for the event, like you couldn't just keep playing the event, you would run out of energy. So you had to keep buying the recharge, buying the recharge, buying the recharge. And it wasn't like, oh, you bought like twice. It was like, you had to just constantly for 24 hours keep buying recharges to play in this event to earn the reward card. It's a scam. It's a fucking scam. By the end of it, you get the card and you're like, wow, I got it. And you feel so stupid. You're like, man, I spent all that fucking time playing this game. I spent money on it. This
is when he was claiming that he didn't play these games anymore. This was a hot minute ago. A quick addendum. No app that has in-app purchases will tell you not to spend more. They would be sued because some countries are really strict on in-app purchases. Yeah, there's nothing that, says, well, hey, you got the card you want, so you don't buy any more of these, packs or these. Again, whatever, there's no way. You spend what you want to spend. There's no little pop-up that holds your hand and says, honey, you're balling a little out of control right now. You want to reel it in? You're going to have this thing called self-control.
is dumb as shit, It really was. It was dumb. I felt stupid.
But for God's sakes, believe it.
So you have to keep paying to recharge so that you can keep playing. So is he pulling for these cards and then also paying to keep playing? Again, I don't, understand the ins and outs of the game, but these clips from the past are pretty fucking profound.
Keep living your fantasy, your weirdo fantasy, where you think that it's like such an amazing thing that a YouTuber like Darkside Phil spends $3,000 on a mobile game. Literally
All funded by Ryan's Disability Checks, AKOIC. Big ups, Ryan.
not in the entirety of that fucking game did that ever happen. $3,000 in a weekend on an event. You're out of your mind. You're insane.
Can't even look directly in the camera when he says that. Big ups, Kaylee. I hope you enjoyed that coloring book.
It's called the pity system, I guess. But that's what they did. That's how they all have it. Like, all mobile games have that now. Maybe some console games don't. Like, you know how console games have Ultimate Team or whatever pulls? But in all these mobile games, they're all like that now.
Oh my God, he's drinking wheelchair donations. I totally understand mobile gaming and its insane rise. Mobile gaming is ridiculously profitable. Every one of these mobile games has this microtransaction formula that becomes incredibly addicting, that requires repeated, ongoing purchases. You always need to keep playing and keep...
Remember, he says nothing about, I sold the account, you're following an account that doesn't exist anymore, so you're the one who looks stupid. He didn't say anything like that. That's pretty weird, because he made a pretty big point a while ago to say that he doesn't have the Down from the Rafters account anymore.
Spending to be one of the top players in a mobile game. Or
he didn't say, well, you're an idiot fucking chasing ghosts, because that isn't even me. He just goes, yeah, I still spend more money. That was it. But it's under control. The former self-proclaimed person with a mobile game addiction, he has all these addictions magically under control now.
Even just be current on an event in a mobile game. I can tell you, if you didn't drop money to get every new summon character, you couldn't even play the new events. The events would be worthless unless you had the new...
Wondering why he keeps lying to his viewers? You mean about like WWE champions? I assume there's a pride thing there because he might feel stupid by continuing to do it. There are plenty of people who are addicted to things that don't even enjoy their addiction. After a while, you don't even, in some cases, enjoy the addiction. You just need it. I'm not even entirely sure that he really enjoys the game. He enjoys the thrill of buying the packs and trying to get the card. That is what gives him the excitement. Or he wants to play until he doesn't want to play anymore. But if he has to keep paying and he's not ready to quit, then he will keep, paying. So there might be a pride issue because it is embarrassing. I mean, if anybody's addiction comes out and gets revealed, it's pretty, embarrassing. But also I believe that he fears that if people figure out what he's really doing with the money, then obviously they're going to stop donating. Well, I'm not going to fund, someone's, alcohol addiction. I'm not going to fund someone's, spending problem. You're more inclined to give money to somebody who says that they can't pay their rent versus I'd like to blow $3,000 this weekend on a mobile game. Who would you be more inclined to give money to? Hey, man, I can't make my rent. Or, hey, man, I want to go out to eat like 5 times this weekend. And so that's why he doesn't say what he needs the money for anymore. It used to be, oh, guys, rent. And remember the 2 big bills? That was a fun one. Oh, the 2 big bills are coming due. So, guys, I really need the money. So now he just tells you that he needs the money and he doesn't say what it's for. I also think that he gets a thrill out of lying to people and people believing it. There's an ego about this guy, obviously. There's an arrogance. I think when he lies and people believe it, I think he feels good about himself. It makes him feel smart. You got to remember, this guy thinks he's faster, smarter, better, stronger, than everybody. He's 6 moves ahead. He thinks he's so fucking smart.
New character. It's pretty stupid the way that these work, but at the same time, I can tell you the formula works. People will drop money over and over and over. It is an addictive process. It's very much a predatory process. Has chat crashed on YouTube?
Nope, you're just that fucking boring that everybody died.
Because no one's talked on YouTube in like 5 minutes, and I don't know what's up with that. Maybe it's just not working.
As you guys can see,
Probably because he hadn't fucking talked in 5 minutes. And no one in the chat knows what the fuck to say. Ryan, OIC Burnell, spent all his money on Pigroach, and now we have a series of slow streams. Does anybody want more proof that Ryan is the one keeping this super successful business going that we're all so jealous of? Yeah, magically, got dropped that $2,000, and shit has been slow ever since. The guy is live, so I wanted to go over the daily wrap too, and damn, I was hoping I'd get at least another 10 minutes, but we're gonna finish this one because it's really good, and then we'll get some skip juice in the process. But if you do want to watch the guy live on like Raw Phil or something, he is live now.
today
The hell is he doing showing up like fucking 15 minutes early? The audacity of this bitch. I had shit
has
to
not
do.
been a abundant support day. We're only about a third of the way to our goal with only 90 minutes left. I told you, if we hit the goal today on stream, we're doing DSP
I
tries.
think it's in this video of him falling asleep. I think there's a clip of him last night during Yakuza.
At Little Caesars, but I guess for whatever reason, people aren't too interested in this game. As you can see, attendance also not very great today. I don't know. It's a new game. I wanted to give it a shot. It's on Game Pass. So far, I'm enjoying it. If you could support the stream, please do. Here's the thing. We need to hit the goal by 3:30 p.m. Pacific time in order to do DSP.
The obsession with not cooking and ordering fast food is crazy. Basically begging for a measly $150 when he just got thousands of dollars in less than a week. But it seems like he doesn't have any money anymore. Yet he expects us to believe he didn't blow $3K on WWE champions. Remember when Baldur's Gate 3 was pulling in thousands because of one person, but then DSP claimed it ruined his channel? I had a whole thing that I autistically went into about pirate Yakuza, and I don't know, maybe we'll still get into it, maybe we won't. I don't want to get too far behind though in the podcast. Maybe I'll stick around after the podcast ends with a fucking whimper, because I'm sorry, I did all this autistic like scribbling on this page. I want to talk about it.
That time I'll have time to order the food, have it made and delivered. If not, then we can't do it today. All right. So it would be ideal if we could hit the goal in the next hour. If you were watching and enjoying and you wanted to support the stream to make that happen, I would appreciate that if you could do it now, so that when we come back, we can know that we're doing it in order in time. If not, then it'll just have to wait. All right.
Right. Like if you're going to gamble, at least do some kind of, gambling where maybe you could win perhaps at least your money back, or maybe a little bit more than you started with. But honestly, if he did that, I think he'd be in worse shape.
Right. So thank you. Let's play you guys some clips, and then I'll be back in a little bit.
You're pathetic. You're an embarrassment to the human fucking race. You are the poster child, textbook definition of what humanity has created as an offshoot of something meaningful. Your existence is meaningless.
The hell was going on with that haircut, man? That shit was wild. Now we have Pigroach failing in South of Midnight.
I wanted to see what would happen if I died. Just a retry.
The whole atmosphere of this game looked really cool.
That's it. Just starts over.
Sure.
Like they're barely hitting you and they're taking like your full health bar. Look, I'm dead again. I'm dead again. She has all these abilities and they all suck. Like the abilities barely do anything to the enemies, but the enemies hit you for like a third of your health bar.
He was playing the game on easy. Why am I not surprised?
So she feels like super weak. And the fact that they all have super armor, they can...
Guys, last chance to support the stream and have us hit the goal for today and qualify for DSP tries at Little Caesars. But considering we haven't had any support in 30 minutes, actually, I take it back. It's been almost 2 hours. Rox M was the last person who supported.
That was during the South of Midnight was the daytime. I believe we get some of the Yakuza. Yakuza was the nighttime stream.
That was 2 hours ago. All right, looks like we're not doing it today. We need some big contributions right now to hit the goal.
Yep, he can pick up a controller
lie.
and play any game at a pro level. That's right. It's time to eat frozen pizzas again since Ryan doesn't have any more money. And let's just, I'm sorry, Duty, but just crying emojis in the chat, pimps. Ain't that about a bitch?
Lost.
Isn't it shocking? By the 8th, everyone's busted. Everyone's busted, but people don't give up the disability check. But by the 8th, they busted. They broke.
Over 150 viewers when I started playing it. We started with almost 300 viewers on the podcast, and we had, a good amount of viewers on Kick. Now we're down to less than 200 on YouTube and less than 40 on Kick, which is way low. Engagement, like I said, most people complaining.
Because no one wants to watch you fail over and over and over. I get a few times, but who is this Ryan Dent? Ryan is OIC.
Saying they don't like it, and support's non-existent. Like, all the support came in during the podcast. I received one super chat and like $1 tip playing this game today. So,
Was it a couple years ago that he doxed it? I think it was like 2023 he doxed it. He was like, Ryan, OIC. I was totally looking at a different email and I said Ryan, so.
I can say is, I gave it a shot.
Guppy Koala changed his name. Also wouldn't be shocked. What a bitch.
Did I not? Can you blame me when it's a situation like this where I'm saying the game's not bad? I would definitely consider playing it further.
Snack pizza. Whoa, buddy.
But everyone is telling me, don't play it. It sucks. Move on.
Phil's dropping it. It's a wage quit.
So for those who wanted to see me play South of Midnight, I apologize.
Hashtag
I wish
wage
you were
quit.
here today.
Wage
really,
quit.
I do. Because I don't know where everyone went. They certainly weren't here for this game. I was planning on playing it again
He
tomorrow.
got 1K on Wednesday the 2nd and then pulled his 2K on the 6th. And by the 8th, we're scratching at our necks like a crackhead looking for another hit. I did not actually watch. I checked in a few times to see where the money was. And like I say, the atmosphere and everything looked like really cool. But I didn't like read his chat or anything. It's so dented. And a lot of it's just like trolls and LARPers. I don't get much entertainment out of his chat.
Tomorrow, I'm not playing it again. I'm not stupid. Again, old DSP would have been like, well, we're going to keep playing. I'm going to keep forcing my audience to watch this game that obviously no one likes. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to move on and we're going to...
He has 29 parts up of Yakuza. You want to talk about a game that he has destroyed so badly that nobody gives a fuck about. And there are 29 videos in the fucking playlist. Like I say, I had a whole thing about it. I will get to it because I didn't want to do all of that for nothing. I want to talk about it. Dumpy Cuck selling plasma right now. Selling the sperm, donating blood, donating plasma, going to the pawn shop. He's doing whatever he can.
Do other stuff that people
right?
want. All right. So sorry to those who liked it. Personally, I didn't dislike it. And I feel like
to give money to this man who pulls $100K a year and spends people's yearly salary on a fucking mobile game. Yep. But he's probably fucking shoving his couch out his front door to take it to the pawn shop. Big ups, guy. You got your priorities right.
It's a passable game. Like, I feel like this is the same as playing Ratchet and Clank or Sly Cooper. But the thing is, Ratchet and Clank and Sly Cooper are from a different era of gaming that people feel nostalgic for them and still like them.
Selling his kidney, got his ass standing on the corner, fucking giving blowies for $20.
This is
doing
trying to
everything he
replicate
can.
that style of game in the modern era, and everyone wants to dump on it for various reasons. I do feel the whole, oh, it's woke. It's not woke. You're just racist.
I don't think Phil blocked PWR because he was necessarily getting more views. I think that now that there's a lot of eyes on PWR and people see that like what some of the people who give Phil money are kind of like, I think he's embarrassed of him because the dude's like, I'm not like really trying to shit on the dude, but the dude is like kind of dented, and Phil doesn't want anyone to know that there are dents, giving him money.
Oh my God.
There's nothing woke about this game right now. Now, I don't know how to get further in, but right now,
It makes Phil look really bad when there's a guy like PWR who goes on stream and says, I only had $40 and I gave Phil $35 and now I don't have any money for food. That makes Phil look shitty.
2.5 hours I just played, there's zero woke in this game. And if you say it is, you're a fucking liar. And I'm tired of people who lie about this stuff to try to, oh, you see, it's woke, and then, now it's not going to do good. It has nothing to do with the game being woke at all. Really. And if you think that, you're just a part of a stupid internet mob that can't think for yourself. All right? If you want to criticize him, be like, well, it plays like an old school game. I don't like that all the combat's arena combat. The platforming's too easy. Those are legitimate criticisms of the game. I'll say you're in that regard, valid things to say.
You can make 1,000 excuses, but it all comes down to money. He's desperate to get more and more money. And for that very reason, he's completely drying up the few money creatures that remain.
But if you're complaining, oh, the game's woke, you're just a fucking loser. And I'm tired of people following this stupid, brainless mentality.
I agree, Jerry. Phil hates that his fans and the people who give him money are what they are. And I don't really think it's because, you know, it's because the guy is getting more viewers, but not. I don't think that DSP is necessarily worried about that, but it's whose eyes are on him. You know, Kino's been ripping him apart. I've done a couple segments on him, and I think some other people maybe have as well.
I must do what everyone else on the internet says and follow. If there's someone who says it's woke, I must listen. It's not woke. There hasn't been a single woke moment in this game. But like I said, as a person who, I'm not streaming for myself, right? I'm not. This is the kind of game I absolutely would keep playing.
We know that you hate video games. You can say it with your chest out, bro.
Playing it. I have no problems with it whatsoever. But
I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills.
The internet bill? No, the electric bill? The internet bill?
Stream-wise, I have to stream stuff that people want to see. Through your actions today of people quitting the stream and not engaging, saying the game sucks, and not supporting, you're telling me you don't want this and that you would like me to do something else. So
people donate what they always do, about $50 between several pay pigs. But when Ryan is missing, Pigroach immediately defecates through his mouth. Yep.
I will listen to you. Okay?
He gets crazy.
There's not going to be any more South of Midnight. I tried. And if you're watching this on demand and you feel sad, I'm sorry. But that's the difference. I can't just keep doing things that don't work. I'm not going to keep, slamming my head into the wall. We'll do something different. There's a million other things that we can do that people want me to do. They keep asking, will you play this game? Will you play this game? Okay?
Oh, he wage quits games. So what does that mean? Oh, I don't quit because I'm angry at the game and I can't beat it. I quit because I find it's not profitable for my streams. The only thing that sucks is
prediction fulfilled again. $50 streams. How long until $5 streams and emergency streams? Personally, I think it's very little time left.
I really wanted to do the DSP Tries It today because, like I said, my wife got home from work and
wouldn't it have been nice if you weren't a complete lazy piece of shit, seeing as how you sat around in your fucking jammies all day? I don't think she's asking for a 4-course fucking meal made by June Cleaver, but damn, man, you can't have like a fucking sandwich or something ready when she fucking gets home? Even if it's just like something that you like pop in a microwave or something. No, it's not like fucking gourmet, but damn. You can't get like a fucking Stouffer's in the oven or something? Put something in a crock pot and just fucking walk away? When she leaves in the morning, you could put something in a crock pot, and by the time she gets home, it's done.
Loved to have food ordered. Now we're going to have to cook like last minute, which sucks. We were really hoping we were going to hit the goal, but, I can't make people support if there's something they don't like, right? All right, well, enough of that. That was a dud, for sure. I wonder how you even uninstall games from Game Pass. I'm going to have to figure this out. Because I have a bunch of Game Pass games installed that I never...
Do you make food for your roommates? Of course not. Yeah, I suppose that's true. I guess if it's not family or children or spouse, but...
Uninstalled.
Since he decided to put... That's a great face. Since he decided to put a ring on it, I mean, Here we go. Look at them fucking lazy ass eyes, man. During the night, there was a lot of begging and also a lot of work. And this guy hard at work here. This is what you need to pay $150 for. This is him hard at work.
Sheesh. Half-man brick walls, nicer than him. Yeah.
This fucking old windbag just falling asleep.
Believe me, we've been on it. We're still looking for it, even now. The faster we find it, the better. Snag the treasure and get off this rock.
But no luck so far?
There's a lot of jungle here, kid, and it's real thick.
Exactly. Speaking of woke, we know who isn't. It's bedtime for this fucking belligerent old fart.
Plus, there's not much to go on. We wouldn't recognize a clue, even if we found one.
Yada yada, Shigaki's got nothing. So, how about our
Last night was parts 28 and 29. I'm sorry, I'm just saying some of my notes now. He pissed me off in the fucking Daily Fap when he was talking about Yakuza. He doesn't have any time. He doesn't have any time for anything. So, Yakuza got released on February 21st. He is still playing this game. Last night he uploaded parts 28 and 29. And some are a little bit longer than an hour, some are a little bit less than an hour. Of course, the begging and shit is all like edited out. Well, most of it anyway. But I've calculated around 30 hours ish of gameplay, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. So then I poked around a little bit on the internet and said, how long does it take to finish this game? Less than 20 hours. I have more notes, but like I say, maybe we'll go over that later. But he's why he doesn't have any fucking time.
Haku buddies?
He's why we're still, oh, there you go. He is why in April we are still playing a game that came out right after Valentine's Day.
They ever mention anything?
And it's Easter in 2 weeks.
Guys, please support the stream. Right now we're at what?
There was a lot of begging that I didn't include as to not make the video excessively long. And you know
Let's
that's
see.
a fact.
I don't even know. 42 bucks to support. The goal's 150. All right? We didn't hit it earlier. People did not like South of Midnight.
Another slow stream for Pigroach, but for some reason he refuses to stop playing Yakuza. Now, guys.
It was a waste of a stream, quite frankly. I could have sat here scratching my butt for 2.5 hours and probably would have been more entertaining.
You pretty much did. You sat there and you were falling asleep. So you actually did less than sit and scratch your ass. You sat there and fell asleep.
This game has done well on and off, but I really need to hit that goal tonight so we can have DSP tries it tomorrow and get back on track for positivity.
Shocker, it didn't happen. He's probably already said that they need to hit the 150 by the end of the podcast so he can order the pizza. I'm calling it now that he's already said it.
All right? I don't want to have half my streams not hitting goals now. So please support in some way, even if it's just a little bit, a little super chat, a membership, a sub. Let's get a sub over on Kick. Let's get something going tonight, right now. Please. Please keep me awake. Okay? We're doing Minecraft on Friday. All right? So, let's go. Let's get some support tonight. Let me get up so I don't fall asleep. These cutscenes are ridiculous.
Phil is doing e-begging and monstrously trying to milk his fans for every dollar possible.
So guys, we've got about half an hour left on stream. I'm doing my absolute best to progress the story tonight, which we have done. So I hope that you're enjoying. If you are, please support the stream. We have not had any support in over an hour. We have not even hit a third of the support goal. This is not good. The idea is to get back on track, hitting support goals. We actually have a DSP tries it on deck. All we have to do is hit one goal.
I don't know why he says get back on track of hitting support goals. When he came back on Monday, the daytime stream got him 75, so that didn't. But technically, unless he really did fake the tip, he hit the 150 on Monday night. So I don't know what you mean back on track. Just because you miss one? Because he didn't know at this time that he wasn't going to hit the goal. So at this point, he's only not hit one. I don't know what he means back on track. Like for the last 12 streams, he hasn't hit a goal.
That's it. One goal. We got DSP tries it tomorrow. So let's do it. Let's hit it. Let's get some support of some kind.
The only time he even perks up is to beg. The only time. The other times that during this game, he's falling asleep. He's either falling asleep or he's begging.
Anything. One piece of support. Any kind of support. Let's do it. A super chat. A sub. A membership. A tip. Anything. Let's get some support moving. Come on.
No, you spoiled fucking brat. That's not how life works. I mean, obviously,
It was a beautiful, slow night with 53 bucks in donations, 107 for the entire day.
What I'm going to say next. I really hope tomorrow we can get back on track. Today, we had 2 streams where I only got a third of my goal. That's horrible. Not even hitting 1 goal overall in a day sucks. Now, obviously, I just had an amazing marathon for my birthday, so it's certainly not the end of the world.
But you're begging like it is the end of the world, though. You're talking like it is. You can't talk out of both sides of your mouth. You can't say, well, I just made $2,000, everything's fine, and then be, scratching at your neck and twitching like a crackhead that you need $100 more.
Right? But it would be nice to get back on track and get the momentum back tomorrow. So I hope that you'll join me in the morning and we'll go from there. But I'm out of here for the night, everyone. So thank you. Have a good night. You guys is too slow.
So that is the end of this one. So let's just head over now to Raw Phil and see what is going on there. And like I say, maybe after that's over, I really want to watch the 13-minute, of course, because he didn't hit either goal. I really want to watch the 13-minute daily
Sure
fat
what that is.
because it's so much coping and so much complaining. I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. Let me try to dodge a lot of the cringe here. Yeah, he showed up like 15 minutes early. I'm used to your laziness, sir. This doesn't really work well for me.
What is going on, everyone? Today, we got an interesting show.
I doubt we do, but what we do have is a fuck ton of skip juice. So hooray for the skip juice.
And here's why. Number one, we're going to talk about what happened yesterday with South of Midnight. And I'm going to be honest, I never expected that reaction to that game. I'd like to talk about it openly and honestly with everyone today. Now that I have a live audience to kind of bounce off of, I definitely like to hear.
At this time, 78 people watching. You can literally still see his chat from like a minute ago. Well, I'm starting, don't know where everyone is today. And that was like almost 2 minutes ago. And no one has said anything in his chat.
It seems like no one was happy. Like literally.
Will he hit the goal today? He might fake it, but I'm not sure.
No one. So it's definitely something important to talk about. In addition to that, today, we have a live unboxing of a brand new wireless gaming headset. Why? Well, I'm going to tell you why. There's a very good reason, but I'm very excited to unbox this, hook it up, and get it working today because on my late stream, we're actually doing Black Ops 6, and it'll be very cool to see how this guy works with it. Okay? Plus, we've got a little bit of game news and some other things to talk about. And of course, folks, today, if we hit the goal, it's Little Caesars. I hope we hit the goal because we haven't hit it.
Damn. Wasn't live but 2 minutes. And when you call it, you call it. God damn.
At all in in a couple of streams. We'll talk about that. All right.
So money. So number one, I need money. Number two, here's something frivolous I spent money on. Number three, I need money to spend money on something frivolous I don't need to spend money on. Got it.
All this and more on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Okay, let's skip this cringe. Skipping the stupid, absolutely regarded cringe.
Ongoing weird tech issues with Kick. And what do I mean by that? What I mean.
So everyone on YouTube who doesn't do this on Kick totally fucking cares, by the way. Am I the only one who gets creeped out when Phil bulges his eyes and looks at the camera? No, you are not the only one. It is hella creepy. Billy Badass, thanks for the 2, honey. Thank you for your service. Suffer, Phil. I am happy. I have a good time.
Is basically Kick has been having tons of issues this week, on and off. Number one, I guess Kick updated their app at some
not issues with his tech. It's issues with Kick. So no tech here.
Point this week. I'm not exactly sure when because I don't use the Kick app very often for anything. But apparently when they did update it, it apparently got like way worse. Like from what people are saying, the Kick app now doesn't load right. The chat freezes and all these issues. And I first noticed this a couple days ago when the Kick chat was like lagging and freezing for me. And I would have to like refresh the chat on my laptop to get it to show up again. And then people would go away for 5-10 minutes and all of a sudden come back and be like, hey, is this working? And I'm like, well, what's going on?
Has Kick become a detractor now? Right? Kick a detractor, confirmed.
So it's frustrating because obviously I'm dual streaming and I like to have interaction with both audiences. And if the
You mean you used to make more money over there and you take away a higher percentage of money when you make it over there? So it's obviously super, super beneficial for you that the app and everything works correctly.
Kick,
I was going to say freezing, you know, like you say, legit trash. Maybe just no one's fucking there. There's not even at this point, which was about 20, 25 minutes ago, because we have skip juice. Not even 100 people are watching him.
you know, app / website / both keep having issues. That's going to be a problem.
Both. 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 There's no L and there's no W, sir.
Kick right now is definitely one of the major focuses of mine. You know, I've actually been doing quite well on Kick since I started streaming there. Being that I'm a dual streamer, I realized that the vast majority of my audience sticks on YouTube, right? They stuck around on YouTube and haven't really moved over to Kick. But regularly on Kick, I get between, say, 50 to 100 viewers. The sweet spot's usually like 60, 70. It depends on what I'm doing. But the profitability's been great. People over there are generous, and every once in a while we get someone gifting a whole bunch of subs, and it helps the business and my
See, that's why he's staying. For people like, it's a me Ken, as he says.
streams a ton. So it's a no-brainer
Hoping Cucky Koala will come back. I'm sorry, Guppy Koala.
that I keep dual streaming. Like, I definitely have had a big increase in, you know, support since I started streaming on Kick back in October. But definitely this is tech issue has been messing stuff up. Like last night, I went to start streaming the Pirate Yakuza stream. I couldn't even use Kick. I went to like refresh my dashboard. The whole thing locked up and logged me out. Then as I was trying to log back in, the site was bouncing back errors.
I don't think Dumpy has the money to give like 100 subs, like whoever that Ken person is. I'm not saying that it isn't Cucky Koala, because it very well could be. I will probably never know. But I just feel like he doesn't have the cash, or he would have been doing it under Cucky Koala.
When I finally got logged back in, it wouldn't load again. And then finally, it took like 25 minutes, and then it started working again. So all I can say is this. I don't know what's going on over there. Obviously, it's tech issues on the company side. My apologies, all right? I am going to keep trying to dual stream no matter what. It does seem that the
It's me, Ryan.
streams are working despite the fact that the chat is frequently malfunctioning and having issues. So I'm
Nah,
just
I
going
don't
to
think
leave
it's
it as
Iron
is.
Cuck. I think
And
Iron
my
Cuck is
apologies
gone.
if for some reason you guys can't talk to me or you can't use the chat. Remember that I am also always streaming on YouTube as well on the DSP Gaming channel. So if you're a viewer on Kick and it looks like Kick is dead or dying, you can come over to YouTube to watch the rest of the stream. And by the way, for the record, YouTube does have better quality, but at the same time, YouTube has ads enabled. So there is kind of a trade-off, right? On Kick, you get the low.
Nah, Flatman's a hella fucking guppy. He only gives like $5 a day. That's $150 a month. Nah, fucking like ICS and Iron Cuck and shit are dropping like hundreds at a time. Galaxy Perfect, what's going on, honey?
Poor quality stream, but you get, I would argue, a more active, better chat room, and also no ad.
Beaver Bother's a straight LARPer.
So, you know, pick your poison, I guess, as they say, right? So my apologies, and hopefully you guys can still hang out. You know, I've definitely noticed over the last day, you know, attendance on Kick is way down. Like I said, normally we'd have between 50 to 100 viewers, and we haven't even been pulling in 50 the last 2 days, I think because Kick has been having all these technical issues, okay? All right. So anyway, now that that's out of the way, welcome to the show, everyone. We've got a few important topics to discuss today. The 3 topics are thus. Number 1, south of midnight and what happened yesterday, why I'm handling it the way I am, and of course, I want your feedback. Number 2.
Coping and complaining, and yes, I wage quit it, and yes, don't give me any shit about it. Next.
The live unboxing and or testing of a brand new headset here on the podcast. I'm going to explain why I got a new headset because it was needed. And we're going to see, you know, the features and stuff, comparing it to my old headset. From what I've seen, this headset has what I want and actually should be a little bit more better for ease of use.
Yeah, thus, another word that we need to put into the, you know, that's not how that word works category, just like cold turkey.
But quality-wise,
he wants feedback in the way of, he wants people to tell him that it's okay to wage quit.
I don't know how it's going to sound. We won't know till tonight's late stream of Black Ops 6, where I'm going to test this with the surround sound for the very first time. So
then why do we have to test it on the podcast? If you're not going to use it for Adamfall and you're going to use it later, why can't you test it in between streams? Why do we have to sit here and watch you test it?
That'll be kind of interesting. Okay. And then lastly, we do need to talk about basically support, because since Sunday, my birthday marathon, where the support was absolutely...
It is fucking Wednesday, and we are still talking about Sunday. If this doesn't go to show you that this dude has nothing to fucking talk about, it is Wednesday. My brother in Christ. That shit was Sunday.
Out of control, over the top great. The support has been all over the place, with one stream where I was late, and that's on me, and the stream...
But you made $75. So you showed up late, so you get paid for like half a day. So no, you didn't hit a goal, but you missed half a day, you got paid for half a day. Okay, so that was Monday during the day. And if you didn't fake that tip, as I suppose you did, you technically hit the goal on Monday night. So you did fine on Monday. What in the holy mother of fuck are we arguing about?
We didn't hit the goal, but at the same time, I was surprised we got any support because I was late and it was an impromptu stream. Then we had
You weren't late. You flat out canceled and then showed up anyway. You're lucky you got anything. I'm also positive, right? He didn't need the fucking headphones. No, I'm sure he didn't. Kino ruined him with the ego boost. Therefore, 50 with tips was successful. Now it's 150. And every source struggling to reach it. I'm wondering when it's going to go down.
a stream that was regularly scheduled on Monday night, and we did hit the goal, which is great. But then yesterday, we had 2 streams where I barely even hit a third of my regular stream goals.
So it was only one day. Because $75 for half a stream, because you won 150 for the whole stream, and you were fucking like 3 hours late. So you worked half, you got paid for the half, and on the nighttime you hit the goal. I'm sorry, I still don't know what in the fuck we're so upset about. Just this one day, after you've pulled like fucking thousands of dollars, we're upset about one day. And it's not as if you made nothing. Like you say, 8, 9, 10 months ago, $50 a stream was great. He'd have given you a big goofy fucking thumbs up.
So it's not disaster. It's not the end of the world at all.
But we have to have a big fucking boardroom meeting about it and get scolded and guilted and gaslighted into giving you money, but it's not a big deal.
All right. I want you to understand that. But obviously, I'd like to figure out how we can get back on track. Today, we are getting back on track with the games and the streams that I'm doing. I hope that people will stick around and hang out and engage and support with today's content, because this is stuff that you guys like and have requested. You know, people were actually very disappointed that I didn't play Adamfall on Monday. So now we're doing it today. We shuffled the schedule around so I could actually play it this week again. So hopefully that means it'll bring people back to the table who like...
Yeah, you didn't even play. You barely played anything on Sunday. And Monday during the daytime stream, you didn't play anything. You did lame-ass fucking Q&A for 2 hours, then shoved your face full of food and fucked off. Wow, imagine that.
Adamfall, right? And tonight, with Black Ops 6, people were disappointed that I actually didn't play it last week. So we're bringing it back this week, not only with the brand new updates, because the game has an update for the next season. Apparently new maps and stuff like that added to the game, but also it's going to serve tonight as an actual live testing of the new headphones.
David, that was what I was wondering. How much disposable income does he think these people have? Especially when you look right now at this point, because I'm way behind, which is fine. But 129 people watching. So even if every single person watching him right now gave him $1, that's still not his goal. How much disposable income does he think that these people have? And yeah, everyone's different. Everyone's in a different bracket, and some people have more disposable income than others, but we're supposed to show up like every fucking day and give him like $10 or $20. Jesus Christ. $20 a day? You know, who the fuck has $600? And you have to have a membership, and you got to do all this other shit. I'm sorry, I don't know a whole lot of people who have $1,000 to just completely fucking wipe their ass with, let alone give it to this asshole. And then when he gets the money, because for some reason this works, when he gets the money, he's so fucking ungrateful. He swallows it up and then turns around and looks at you as if you've given him nothing. Well, yeah, that was yesterday, but this is today. More, please. More, please.
So it's like a dual stream for two different things, right?
And here I was thinking like women were the only fucking people that were a gold digger. This asshole will suck up all your money like a little Hoover, and then like a little precious princess turn around and ask you for more money. Lady of luxury here.
I guess we'll see how it goes.
No, he can't admit that there's like less than a fucking half a dozen people. His life is made possible, literally, by the grant from the Someone Fucking Else Foundation.
All right, and go from there. But what I'm hoping is that today we can get back on track. So here's the deal. FYI, we are about to have another reward goal once we hit the next goal. All right, and what is it? Well, we already said this is something we had talked about doing a couple of weeks ago and hadn't had opportunity to do it.
This is a goblin gremlin. I mean, look at him. I try not to be honest.
Because we kind of shuffled everything around. But
I try to usually focus on Kick Chat, and then my chat is honestly what I try to focus on as much as possible.
It's going to be DSP Tries at Little Caesars Pizza, where we're going to be doing an order of crazy bread, a pretzel pizza with, by the way, red sauce, because I'm aware you could get pretzel pizza with cheese sauce, and I don't want that. That sounds absolutely disgusting.
What's wrong with pretzels and cheese sauce?
And for the first time ever, I'm going to try a deep dish pizza that's Detroit style. I've never had Detroit style pizza before. So that's like a really cool episode of DSP Tries It, like a triple taste test of different things. The last time that I had
Why do you need 2 pizzas and crazy bread? Okay, that crazy bread is kind of like fucking cocaine, but you know, why do you need 2 pizzas?
Little Caesars Pizza, as you saw on yesterday's show, was in 2013 when
Also agreed, he owes a marathon. He did Taco Time, which he just shoved the food in his face and just fucked off because you can tell he didn't want to be there because he was still hungover and sick.
all I did was try their hot and ready standard pizza, which I just thought was kind of meh. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. I think I gave it a 2.5 out of 5, right?
Which is what you give everything. Somewhere between a 2.5 or a 3.5. It's what you fucking give everything.
So it'll be interesting to try all this new stuff.
Well, fuck, he's never had Detroit-style pizza. Let me get my credit card, right? As soon as we all realized he'd never had it before, I know all our Velcro wallets just, just opened right there.
Okay, but we got to hit a goal to do it, and we were in position to do it all day yesterday, and we didn't. And I think the reason is because of the game selection, all right? But the thing is, you never know what's going to happen with certain games. You just don't.
The cheese sauce is salty and icky. I haven't been to Little Caesars in a hot minute.
And yesterday was a new game release, so actually me playing.
There's not really one around me. There's a Pizza Hut, but there's like a local Italian joint. I like theirs better.
South of midnight yesterday. I didn't know how it was going to go. I didn't know if people were going to like it or dislike it. Well, now I know the answer. People absolutely disliked it. Abysmal. Like literally abysmal views, abysmal engagement, everyone complaining the entire time that we played the game, which was, shocked me. All right, because I'm gonna give you my honest take, and I'm going to give you a mini review for the 2.5 hours that I played it. All right.
So let's take this review for the 2 hours, which wasn't even 2 hours that he played it, between the complaining, whining, bitching, moaning, and updating the leaderboard and fucking off every 5 minutes. He might have played for 45.
And I just feel like my opinion here is honest and unbiased. I hate to say it. I just feel like, sadly, today we have politicized everything in our lives, and that's unfortunate.
I don't know. Okay, I'll take a poll before we go any further. I don't want to hear about this woke shit anymore. So why or yes or something if you want me to kind of skip over this. If you want to stay and we'll hear it, even though he said it yesterday and in the Daily Fap and everything. Of course, you can put an N or a no or whatever. But what do you guys want to do? Let me know. I don't want to hear about this anymore. I really don't care about his, number one, I don't care about his opinion based on, about any game, really. But especially one where he's played 2 hours. Like, dude, you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Skip. All right, skip-a-rooney, we shall go.
And what I mean by that is, understand where I'm coming from. And hopefully we can come to some kind of a consensus. Because in a situation like this, it doesn't matter what I do.
Exactly. I agree, Greedy Piggy. If it's woke or if it's not, I don't care what his opinion is about it.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's unfair, and I think I've had enough of it. No, I mean it too. Like, I think I've just had enough of that very toxic attitude of people on the internet who feel like they're so fucking entitled that everything that someone does is wrong no matter what. It really pisses me off because I'm trying to do the right thing, not only for my viewership, but for my business and for my livelihood. And it's hard to decide what to do when no matter what choice I make, it was still the wrong choice according to everyone on the internet.
So he wants everyone to, lick his dick and say, it's okay, Daddy. You can skip the game. It is okay, Daddy. We will still love you. There's Flatman B's tip.
Alrighty, and then we've got a $2 tip. Someone tipped $2 saying it's not fair to judge South of Midnight as woke because later in the game it subverts that message. I mean, I wouldn't know. There's no way to know.
I wouldn't care.
You can't think for yourself because that's what it is. These people are getting into online hate mobs about fucking video games. You realize it's a fucking video game, right? You get that, right? You don't have to just sit there and be completely angry about shit all fucking day.
Says the man angry about shit all fucking day.
Because someone online is screaming that there's politics in a video game. When I'm playing the game...
Move on, Grandpa. Oh, he fucked off. Wait a minute.
And then we'll continue. It'll be like 2 seconds. Let me just go grab this.
What's he got to grab? Oh, I'm stupid.
Me eating food in here with DSP tries it over the last couple of months. So let me just go wipe this quickly. And then we'll continue. It'll be like...
Oh, he has to stop and clean. Okay. Smitty Weberman Jensen, thank you for the 2. Phil is lucky he was born in modern day, to be honest. Right. You are exactly right. He can't even talk while he's cleaning either. We just have to sit here and watch him do it. Nope, can't talk or say anything. Nope. Man can't dust off a table and talk at the same time.
That should be good.
Housewife, you are not, sir. Fucking boo this man. BLX, thanks for the 2, honey. Don't take video games seriously unless you give money. Right.
Alrighty.
Well, there you go. He'll be happy. Some colored bubbles pop up. So he'll acknowledge his chat for the first time in a half an hour.
It's your boy Jesus did another super chat.
And there it is.
And says... Any chance for a Commandos 1 remastered playthrough? What is Commandos 1? I'm actually not even sure what that is.
Professional gamer, ladies and gentlemen.
Ghost of Sparta, I'll donate $200, $400, $600. I never played them, right? I don't think I ever played those, correct? I don't think so.
Are we supposed to know the 70,000 videos on your channel? You don't even know?
Well, wait a minute. Let me think about this. I did play God of War 2, but never for YouTube. I did play some of it offline at one point. Before I was a YouTuber, I think I played it. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, let's not sit while fucking Grandpa tries to remember.
When we hit 50 goals. Right now we're about to hit 10, right? When we hit 50 goals in the next month or so.
When you hit 10, you really should owe these people a marathon and not Pizza Hut. And you could like swap taco time in the marathon. But I guess the nerds that gave you $7,500 to hit the next 50, I guess they can just get fucked. So
I think the next marathon we should do should either be viewers' choice again, because it's time now for us to do another event where you guys pick the games, I try them, and if the games work out, then we do a playthrough of them. Or
he should never be allowed to do another viewer's choice because he destroyed Five Nights at Freddy's.
Or we should bring back like a retro marathon. But I'm feeling maybe viewers' choice this time. Because maybe one of these games, like maybe
how much YouTube server capacity do you think Dave takes up? A lot. With like there's 70 or 80,000 videos on his channel, and now there's shit like fucking that Assassin's Creed game that he played a couple of times, and now the fucking playlist is just unfinished. It just sits there now.
God of War game would be one of the games that you guys choose for me to play, right? Okay. Only Jax did a $2 super chat for your little wrestling game Pookie. Okay, I'll take your $2 and do 7,000 pulls in WWE Champions. Thank you so much for that. Then we have The Block, who did a $5 super chat, and actually, that would be the biggest super chat of today so far from The Block. So let's get The Block up on the leaderboard.
So much time
and was
wasted.
It 3 came out, I think, for Switch, and we did a full playthrough of that, and I actually really liked it. So maybe I would like going back and playing like Luigi's Mansion 1 on GameCube or the handheld one, which I think later on, I think they
Who wants to watch you struggle through fucking Luigi's Mansion, bro?
ported that to the Switch too, right? So maybe we would consider playing some of those in the future. Maybe that would be a good playthrough for October, right? Play it in Halloween month. It makes sense. It's kind of themed, right? Well, thank you to The Block for that. Then I got a $2 super chat from Arcade Demon. Will you play 2XKO with It's a Gundam? Well, first off, I'm not playing 2XKO because 2XKO is League of Legends, which I don't care for or like. It's made
And It's a Gundam's a fucking loser.
by the Cannon brothers, who I feel are one of the major reasons why fighting games were kind of like messed up for a long time tournament-wise. Also, don't even get me started on GGPO netcode. So, no, I have absolutely no desire to play that fighting game whatsoever. And now, basically, people are also crapping on the game, basically saying that it's only going to have like 8 characters at launch.
Do I watch Bad Moment Reacts? You mean like DSP Bad Moment Reacts? Oh, honey, he has those every fucking day. So what do you predict will happen for the rest of April? I was thinking that after the split with Kino that the support would kind of dry up. He's either faking a lot of shit or there are still people clearly supporting him. He made $3,000 last week, so I thought it would, dwindle a little faster than it has been, but slowly, inevitably over time. See, the thing about Only Iced Cuck is he gets bored. He's around every once in a while, but he doesn't stay for very long, and then he fucks off for a while. So when he fucks off, when he decides to fuck off, whenever that might be, this guy's fucking screwed.
It looks like it's an unfinished game. I'm not playing it. The FGC can have their field day with that game. I have no interest in it. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for the early support. Let's keep that rolling. Right now, we have a bunch of super chats and a couple of tips. How about we get our first membership on YouTube and we get our first sub on Kick? Let's get the support spread around and let's get that momentum moving so we can hit the goal on the stream and we could do DSP Tries It at the end of this stream after the Atom Fall gameplay. Okay? All right. Before we get to the major topics of today, I have a minor topic that I would like to cover. Let's just cover this very briefly.
Please don't be about the Switch. I don't want to hear this anymore. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Coming up, the first week of June, to no one's surprise, is the annual Summer Games Fest or Summer Game Fest digital presentation. It will be on June 6th at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Likely, I will cover it live. It is on a Friday, so I should be
Why are we talking about this in April?
here. All right. I will likely cover this live.
Shit's 2 months away.
It will probably be a bunch of announcements of new games and stuff like that. So probably you can see
He's going to fake a tip. He really wants that pizza. I would have thought he would have faked it yesterday. I would have thought he would have faked it during the daytime stream.
me. I'll probably do a live react to it. Okay, because it is during my normal work day and all of that. So I likely would react to that. Okay. All right. But also, just a couple days after that, we've got the Xbox Game Showcase on Sunday, June 8th at 10 a.m. Pacific time, followed.
Okay, I'm going to forget about this shit in 2 days, so I don't care.
Completely changed my
Talk to me about it in, 2 months away? So talk to me about it in 7.5 weeks. Thank you.
setup. I now use a dedicated mid-range to low-end, high-range gaming PC. I use a dedicated capture streaming PC. I now play certain games on mouse and keyboard. And one of the notable ones that I do is Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and probably moving forward, all competitive FPS-style games, like probably Doom and stuff like that, I'll be playing on mouse and keyboard.
The ring could be fake? You mean his wedding ring? More than likely not.
All right. In addition
It's probably not a very high carat. It's probably like 10 karat gold. It might be silver. I'm not really sure. I don't pay very close, if that's what you mean. If it's not, I apologize. I
to
misunderstand.
that, I've started using headphones again for various different things. Now, I don't use headphones full time. I don't feel like you should need to use headphones full time. If there's a game that needs surround sound and you feel like you're going to benefit more from it, then headphones are warranted, correct? And for me, when I'm doing certain kinds of shows, for example, when I'm doing my Smart Guys wrestling commentary show, and I have a guest on via Discord.
Oh, is this why you got the headset? Riley, thank you for the 5. I appreciate you. Dear Lord, what is Hilbert upset about today? Money, as usual. Real talk, need to get you on Gundams on the Fringe streams, lady. I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that, but I appreciate your generosity.
It
Thank
makes
you very
sense
much.
to use headphones, so that way there's no echo in the room or anything like that. It just makes it easier, okay? Now, for the time
I legit trash. I thought I was the only one who caught that. It went mid to low to high end gaming PC. And then my fucking brain like fell out of my ear. I'm just like, what? You missed the toilet seat headphones? Yeah.
being the last 6 to
The
8
neck
months,
phones.
I've been using a pair of wireless headphones from Corsair. These headphones I purchased for my
No one cares.
I put on the headphones to get I think it's called the Windows Spatial Audio is what it's called. The whole fake leather thing that they use in all these kind of accessories. But it's prominent. Almost every gaming accessory, any headphone.
That show isn't long for this world. I'm honestly surprised he's still doing it, but I think a lot of the Kick stuff, he's hoping that somebody will hang on and give him money on Kick, but I think a lot of it is also pride, because he'll totally get ripped on now if he quits Kick. And the Smart Guys, again, Kino will just shit on him if he just up and quits and, doesn't do it anymore. So I think a lot of this bullshit is more for pride than anything else.
Or something with a cushion has the plastic leather, right? That stuff is not made to last at all. And if you just consistently use anything that has it, it wears out really fast. So I want you to think about this. This is a pair of headphones I had since 2018. My wife only used them for about 2 months and completely stopped using them. They were in storage in a box, not being used.
Boy, did it only take you 2 months to crush her fucking spirit and make her not want to play games anymore.
And I did see one, like actually, if you can believe it, remember Astro, the company I used to get the Astro A40s? They got bought out by Logitech. So Astro is now officially owned by Logitech, which is hilarious. And so you can buy Astro A50s or 40s, which are wireless, and they have their own surround sound hub thing you get with it. And they say, oh, this will sync with any console. And basically I was like, well, I could do this, but I don't really want to go that crazy. By the way, I'm literally never going to be using these with console, because the only console I have right now is PS5 Pro. And if I do that, I'm probably not going to be playing competitive shooters on it or anything. I don't really need it for that. So I don't really need
He knows if he drops either one of those two things that Kino's going to rip on him. And he really doesn't want Kino to do that anymore.
crazy receiver and shit like I used to have back in the day. Okay. I said, I'll just go for whatever is like Easy to use with a wireless dongle. That's what I was using with the Corsair anyway. It was just a wireless adapter, and you just use the Windows Spatial Audio. So whatever will work with that. So I went and I found it, and this is it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Logitech Pro X2 light speed gaming headset. And as you can see, I opted to get the black color. And you might say, well, I wonder why did he get the black, not another color? Didn't they have others? Well, they only have one other color, which is pure white. And to be honest, the pure white looks amazing. But when I say pure white, I mean the entire headset, every piece of it is white, including the ear cups. And when I took one look at that, I was like, why ear cups that are going to be touching my ears and my hair every day? Dude, I'm going to be wearing
So in other words, you're dirty and nasty and you don't want the white ones. Move along, sir.
on what the buttons are and everything on the
Was this $250 for real? Wow.
thing. I mean, taking a look at it, it says, so there's a power on, there's a Bluetooth enabled.
Putting pro on the box sold these
But I don't
want to
use Bluetooth. Yeah, I'm not going to use Bluetooth. I'm going to use the dedicated wireless adapter that's in this. That's what I want to use. I don't want to use Bluetooth. Okay. So let's take a look. Let's see what we've got. Let's take them out of the box, and we'll take a look at what else is in the box after the fact. But obviously, you know, the main event is the headphones themselves. So it's got a nice, soft, cushioned pleather band. Not real leather, of course, but pleather. Okay.
So what?
And yes, pleather ear cups. However, I believe they are replaceable ear cups, but maybe I'm wrong. I thought they had said that they come off, but I'm not sure.
But again,
Maybe
you have
they
no
don't.
idea about the shit that you just bought.
Maybe
Super
they actually
cool,
don't.
bro.
I don't know. I thought that they did, but maybe not. Let's take a look here. Let's undo this one. Okay. Well, from what I'm seeing, first of all, do they extend in length at all?
I think I'm one of the very few ladies that watches his content, but he has to say, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you know, what's he going to say? You know, guppies, dolphins, and whales. I present to you.
Yes, they do. Okay, so each side can extend in length to adjust to the size of your head. So that's good. All right.
At least they say left and right on the inside, so he'll never be confuzzled about what way to actually put them on. There's that. Like how his socks have to say left and right, and like his underwear needs the days of the week. So that's good.
They are replaceable.
Yeah, that keyboard's like hella extra right there.
The block says they are replaceable. Really? He says there's actually a second set in the box with these. Oh, really? That's cool.
Dents and
Are they cloth
dentettes.
instead of pleather? Because I think I'd rather have cloth instead of these, because I know from history, these are probably going to fall apart.
I would make a good co-host on Gundam's streams. Oh, Gundam's cool. I don't know much about him
You
or
know,
whatever, but
So,
he was in here one day and said, big ups. That was super fucking cool.
first of all, they got this plastic on the side. I'm just going to take that off. Shiny metal sides. Look at that. Super shiny. No RGBs on these guys. My Corsair did have RGBs that would sync with my Signal RGB program. These headphones do not have RGBs.
You realize you're a 43-year-old man, right? I mean, like what you like, whatever jiggles your jello. I mean, that's just what you're into, but not everything that we like do we have to openly say out loud, because some of the shit's kind of cringe.
Which is very disappointing, right? Incredibly disappointing. No, I don't care. I can't see the RGBs on the headphones because they're on my head. So why did I ever care that there were RGBs? I never did, you know? I think it's kind of silly. Okay, here we go. Take that plastic off.
You didn't even savor the peely, man. What is wrong with you?
All right. So, what I'm seeing down here is a ridiculous amount of buttons on this ear cup. See? And I think one is just the power button. Okay, and there I was going to say, I hope that there is an on headphone volume adjuster. There is. because that's important to be able to do it just from the headphones, to not have to use software. So there you go. That's your online. There's your power switch. There's your online volume or on headphone volume adapter.
Yeah, we could have
I
sorted that
believe
out,
that's
bro.
there's a microphone. Okay, but I'm not going to use the mic. There's the port for the mic. I'm just never going to plug it in, but I guess assuming this is the mute and unmute mic.
Yeah, the little kitty cat wrist rest and that keyboard are straight 220 behavior. Yeah, this is I don't know.
USB-C connect.
This is the stuff that's hard to make interesting and it's hard to critique because it's like they're headphones, bro. We get it, you know. There's a power button and a volume adjuster and you know everything else, and it's like, you know, what the fuck what do you do with this? You know, you're just watching grandpa like fucking fondle these things and you're just kind of like, oh, okay. More to write off for Uncle Sam? Oh, you goddamn know it.
Connector right there to charge them. And I believe that's a Bluetooth button. Okay. And so I'm assuming one of these is probably for the headphone jack and one is for the microphone. Okay. So just for the record, let me try them on. Let me see how they feel. See how comfy they are. I probably have to adjust the length of them. Okay. Oh, yeah. They're not even close to
We need to know this stuff because he has no one else to talk about this stuff with.
being long enough. So let's do a couple notches here on each side. Still need a little more. Pretty comfy, I would say. And I would say, actually, the noise cancellation is pretty good in these ear cups. It does feel like the noise cancellation is pretty strong. I don't hear, like right now the landscapers are outside, and I put them on, and I can't really hear them that much.
Wow, you mean you hear nothing in that room that's dead quiet when you're not talking? Who'd have fucking knew?
I hear them just a little bit. And also, I would say the band here is much better. The band on the Corsair kind of was at the front of my head, and this band is kind of middle of my head. So it feels like they feel more secure than the Corsairs did, and they feel lighter than the Corsairs did. Yeah. And because they're all black colored, that means I'm not going to get them all dyed looking disgusting or anything with the natural oils from my skin. Okay. Well, there we go. And I'm going to have to even it out because they're probably not. I probably stretched out one side longer than this side was longer than this one. So I'll probably have to like adjust it to make it even or whatever. But in general, pretty comfy. I would say that's pretty comfy on my ears. Okay. Now, I'm seeing, I think the headphone, I think it is removable. And the reason I say that is because I see this like notch here. And I think, see, I don't want to break them, but I feel like
Oh,
you
please
can
break
take
them. Pretty please break these things right here. I think I would legit die.
the cups off of these, but I'm not sure how. Like usually when the cups are removable, there's a spot that you're supposed to like
There might be something else in that box that tells you, like, you know, instructions or something. Maybe, but who the fuck am I?
wedge something in and pull from, but I don't really see that on here. Let's see what else is in the box, shall we? Let's take a look at the rest of the box and see what else is in there. And we'll put these aside. Okay. So, down here there's something. Here's a box of accessories. Let's see what's in the box of accessories.
DJ Auxtistic. That's fucking amazing. That is so good.
Looks like all the wires, maybe the wireless adapter. Let's find out.
Yeah, what the fuck else would it be, dude?
Just a bunch of wires. So here's your headphone cable, standard 3mm jack cable. I'm not going to be using that. And then here is your USB-C charger cable, which I will be using to charge these right after this. So there we go. That's how I'll charge them for tonight's late stream. So that's it. That's all that's in there. Just an empty box now. So 2 wires. Okay.
Empty box. Cool.
There's
Very
an
cool.
upper portion of the box here. See this? And I think that's it. Nothing else in here. No, this is all. I believe that's it. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Maybe there's something else in here. Let's find out. Oh, look. Oh, it's foam. It's what I wanted. It's foam instead of the pleather. Nice. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted foam instead of pleather, and it has the foam. So, all right.
Didn't you read on Amazon, where you undoubtedly got this? Didn't you read what came with it or what it did? Or did you just go, ooh, shiny, buy now? Like, what the fuck?
This is great. I prefer foam instead of the fake leather. And that feels really comfy too. But here's the catch. I know from experience, if you replace the fake leather with this, it's more comfortable for the ear, but it's not as good for noise cancellation. Okay?
Well, I mean, think about it. Them ears on your big fat fucking face are at like fucking ground zero for all the bullshit that everyone has to hear. Imagine being over on the other side. God damn.
So it's a swap, but it may be a swap that I like or don't like as much. I guess I'll have to look into it. And what it looks like is it goes around. Yeah, I can figure it out. All right.
No
So now I know how to do
unaliving.
it.
We can get through it together.
What you got to do is you got to pull this from around the edge like this. Yep. There you go. And it comes right off. Ha ha. Look at that.
I ever so hoped he would break them, but I mean, you know, nowadays they do make quite a few things tard proof.
Well, that's very nice. Let's do it. Let's replace it with the cloth. Very good.
Yeah, those foam ones are gonna fucking reek.
It'll probably be on the tricky side to get on there, though. Like, I might have to mess with it and stretch it out to actually get it on there.
Like fucking old grease, depression, sadness, and stale farts. Shit's gonna be stank.
But at least it has the option. I like that it has the option. Well, this is going to be a pain. I'll probably do this later because this is probably going to take me a while to do. Seriously, like, to get this on is probably going to be a pain because you got to get around the edge.
I don't know if he thinks that this is legitimately good content, but the thing about it is that he doesn't care. This is 90 minutes where you just get to listen to him talk to himself and talk about things that he should be talking about his wife with or his friends with or other associates with. This is just, you know, his little, I'm going to talk to myself. He hasn't said anything to the chat in like an hour. He read his little colored bubbles, though.
The way that you want. So, yeah, actually, I can't even get it in the groove. Oh, there we go. It looks like what you need to do is just get one piece into the groove, and then once it starts to go in, it's easier to get the rest of it to start to go in as you push around the ear cup. There we go. Yeah, it's going in now. Interesting.
Exactly. There's nobody else to share these things with. That's really why this live stream exists. Anything that he finds funny or entertaining or amusing, he buys something new. This is like a 5-year-old. He just got a new toy. He wants you to see his toy. It's like your kid at the edge of the swimming pool. Watch me, you know, mom or dad, respectively. Watch me dive. Watch me do a cannonball. Watch me.
Used to have ones that were like Turtle Beach ages ago, and those were magnetic. It was actually magnets that would snap them on and off of the earphone like cup, and I liked them, but even those, like, they wore out over time, so even those weren't great.
This
They
is
were
like
just,
something that you
okay.
just talked to like one of your dudes about or something.
Well, this is a pain. It's not easy to get on, to be frank. It is going on, but it is a pain. It's like fighting me. It doesn't want to go
Just like you, still going on, but a big pain in the ass.
into the groove around the edge of the headphone nicely. You probably got to mess with it for a few minutes each ear cup to actually get it on there and get it to go into the hole perfectly. So, FYI, it's nice that it comes with it. Oh, there, I think I just got it to snap in. Oh, I did. Okay. So there, with just a little bit of manipulation, I did.
Can you explain why I can't stop watching him? I've been watching him for 3 years. I don't know why the fuck I can't stop. Because this dude is like a living car accident. You're driving past, you know you shouldn't look. You know it's fucked up if you look, and it's kind of wrong to look, but you can't help yourself, so you inevitably slow down to look. And everybody else is too.
Get it. It almost like snapped into place with the rubberized edge. So there it is. There you go. But like I said, I guarantee you, let me get the other one on. It's not going to noise cancel as well. It's just not. It's your boy Jesus. Says, unfortunately, these kind of these only earphones / ear cups last like a year. And yeah, I know. The thing is, luckily for me, I won't be using them constantly. You know, I'll be using these just for Call of Duty, maybe for Doom, and for podcasting, you know, having guests on my show, talking on Discord. Like, that's what I'm going to use these for.
Big up, Starksy to Flow. Is PWR live right now? What's he doing? Shit, we might go over there.
I'm trying to figure out.
He is. He's a train wreck that's just constantly going off the rails, and you can't help but look away. And every time you think that he can't reach a lower low, he can't beg a harder beg, you know. So, preaching to his flock. Oh, is he begging for Burger King? I'm assuming he's begging for Burger King.
Left and right. Does it actually not say on the headphone itself, left and right? It only said it on the ear cup. So how do I know I'm doing this right? I actually don't. I don't know if I'm putting it on the right side or not, because I don't think it physically says on the earphone if it's a left or right earphone. That's not good. The good news is I got this one on even easier.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know if I did that right, because I don't think it says left and right on the phones themselves.
Do you guys want to go see what PWR is doing?
It doesn't, does it?
He's just fired up because it's effing hot.
Holy shit. Did they
hot up there in Canada?
Actually have that be an oversight? Are they serious? Oh. My glasses to read this is so small. Oh my God, they're actually showing you can actually remove the individual speaker from the ear cup, and it shows there's a wire you can detach to do that.
Cool.
I don't know why you would want to do that. Maybe if like they were defective and you needed to return them for warranty, you would do that.
Where are we at? Okay.
But that's actually what they're showing, is that you can actually unplug the internal ear cup, which is kind of a weird thing. I don't know why you would want to do that. Okay, so let's see what else we've got here.
Let's not, and then we'll still say that we didn't. And I know where we left off. Let's go see what Dentaruni is up to. Let's see what's going on.
I'm hyped. I'm happy to be with you guys. I can't wait to get to some calls. I'm sure you guys have a lot you want to talk about, bring up, and I'm going to welcome it all.
Super Mario World. Nice.
Oh, but as I say, if you piss me off, click. The phone is going to get freaking slammed on the table, and I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah, and this dude has no fucking patience, so don't even bother calling.
So, once we get to that castle, we will be opening up the lines. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long. I haven't played this in so freaking long. But I mean, I owned it. I knew about it. I played it. But it's been a very long time. So let me know how you guys are doing tonight. Get your piece of ass out of the room, because we're going to get crazy. We're going to have fun. We're going to do our thing. Yes!
Call in? Absolutely not.
Okay, so we get all the exclamation bricks. which will turn into power-ups. We are not even 15 minutes in the stream, people, and we are at 300. Actually, I gotta fix that. It's, hold on. There we go. There we go. Now
He does have more viewers than Phil.
we got the accurate number on the board.
Wow, big ups, pimp. Good for you.
We're getting hot. Let's get some pizza. What am I drinking today? I have a Mike's Hard Purple Freeze. And it's actually not bad. I wasn't expecting much.
We're gonna get crazier than crazy, Brad.
I don't know if you guys have these outside of Canada. Kinda Sav says, did you see the PWR Danzig music video? Yes, I did. I did see it, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on it. I can't lie. When I first seen it, I was hot. I was shaking my head, but I gave it a chance. And, you know, if you guys are having fun...
No, this dude ain't LARPing. This dude is the real deal. This is a certified Phil Dent.
If you're getting a kick out of it, then it's not going to bother me. I was a little pissed off because I was like, you know, I don't want these young dudes taking my voice, my singing, and using it to get their own views and their own monetary value.
Get fucked. I can do whatever I want with your live stream, bro.
But you guys seem to like it. You guys thought it was funny. Then I'm down for it. So, cool. That's all I have to say about it.
When you send him money, he just about
Oh man,
cries.
this classic level, brother. I mean, how many? Oh, it's Yoshi. Hooray!
Yeah, this is the Burger King, like, obsessed weirdo.
Thank you for rescuing me. My name is Yoshi. On my way to rescue my friends, Bowser trapped me in that egg. All right, well, let's...
Yeah, mommy must not be home right now. She must be at work, making the money so that he can have more alcoholic beverages. I heard this dude has, like, 2 fucking DUIs. VLX, thanks for the 2, honey. You have to finesse him in the call. There's a skill, which I do not have.
Right on, brother. You're with the PWR Nation now.
I was told I should call in and use a fake voice and either do my automated voice and do something fucked up with my automated, like, AI voice, or call in, and I was told that it would be really funny if I'd, like, hit on him and tell him, like, I think he's sexy and shit.
Look at those physics, dude. Controls are pretty tight. Oh, whoops. I thought I literally jumped right off the edge of the level. Controls are not bad. It's all coming back to me. It's like I say, it's like with these classics. It's very much like riding a bike. Oh. It's always funny because I remember when I was a kid and I'd jump on someone, I'd be like, I killed that guy, Mom. And she'd be like, no, you defeated them. So I'm defeating the enemies tonight. I actually did have something else planned, but there was just so much hype and excitement.
Don't degrade your Alexa voice like that. No, I'm not calling
I didn't think it would.
He came in my chat one day and called me a whore, and he was going to knock me out, and he was going to punch me in the face. I was like, okay, guy, whatever.
I didn't
you
think
say.
it would come together. I actually put a list out from the fans saying, what are some of the worst Nintendo games? And I put a list together of some of the worst that the fans have recommended, and I was going to play them. But I wasn't feeling it. I think things were just so hot that I wanted to play something that got me excited, got me worked up, had me remembering the peaks of my youth. And I think it's the same for a lot of the audience. But if you would like to see that sometime in the future, let me know, because I thought it'd be really fun. We got some really hilarious suggestions I never even heard of before.
Nah, I'm not really feeling it. He's really only funny when he's, like, spurging out and... Get the F out, dude. Get the F out. Don't come in my chat and say fucked up shit. I mean, these people are honestly just my ticket to the circus. And when he's just sitting there, like, he's just sitting there being a normal-ass dude. He's playing a video game, he's talking with people, and not begging for money every 5 seconds. Like, you can't rip on that, you know? He's just legitimately, like, being a cool, regular dude. So... there's really nothing, you know, there's really nothing there for me.
If this, my hair's all screwed up now, of course. if they were to plug in, this would plug in right here, I believe. Wait, or not? I can't tell. There's 2 jacks.
Watch out, Moist Critical PWR is on the come up.
There's literally 2 jacks on them. One jack is in one head cup and one jack's in the other head cup. How do you know which one is?
He's absolutely more lively and more entertaining. And you can, when you watch somebody like that and then you come back to this, you can tell that there's one person who's happy to be streaming and happy to be there and happy to be talking to, you know, people. And then there's this grandpa sitting here showing you his new toy that he's maybe already broken. PWR is live if you do want to go watch him. He is live now.
Guess what? I did do the ear cups wrong because this is the mic and the mic goes like this.
So he changed out the ear cups and then screwed everything up.
There you go. And so that has to go in the front. So I did put the ear cups on backwards.
Are we surprised at all?
I do like that there's a storage bag. I'm going to use that storage bag for them. So that way they're not just sitting out.
I'm done with these headphones. I don't know what my problem is today. Like, I'm bored of all of this. I can only watch a grown man. I can only watch a grown man like play with toys for so long before like I can't deal with it anymore.
Okay. Okay. So,
yeah, only 250 people watching him. 320 some watching PWR.
I will be using those for the first time ever, all right, tonight on my late stream around 6:45, 7 p.m. Pacific time.
Let's help us out here.
Here on DSP Gaming and on K, I'll be playing Black Ops 6, the new season, whatever the new maps or whatever are, and I'll be testing those out. So I will let you guys know later on. Right now they are charging via USB-C, okay, and it'll be an interesting...
He's slow. He's so fucking slow.
...live demo. I'm hoping that they sound as good as the Corsairs. And quite frankly, I think they're going to be more comfy than the Corsairs were, because the Corsairs just weren't that...
I wonder how long it takes for the Dents to be siphoned over to PWR. Well, PWR is a Dent. He gives Phil money, so...
Comfy. They were just okay. But those seem like they're going to be more comfy and probably have better noise isolation as well. So let's hope that they're good. Live test tonight, okay? Cool. I know people are going to say, what did you think? And, you know, what's your opinion on them after you bought them? So... You get on.
Yeah, I'm sure like both people are going to email you and ask you your opinion.
Amazon
on the
right now,
headphones.
those are, what were they, the Pro X2 Lightspeed headphones? You get them on Amazon right now for a little over $200, at least in the US. 50 more during Atom Fall, and we could do DSP tries. If we can lock it in and finally do it, let's do it. Okay?
Oh, he got a member. Look at him, almost $50. Hooray!
Cool.
Now we'll get a long, dead pause.
All right, let me refill my water, and then we're going to talk about this this South of Midnight issue, okay?
Can we do both at the same time? Can you refill that and talk? No, we just have to sit in silence? Okay. We have to just sit in silence while you do something else. I got it. Oh, is he leaning someone? Is he... I don't know what he's doing there.
All right, ready?
But nope, we had to do the whole thing in silence.
All right, here we go. Folks, we need to talk about the future of games and playthroughs on this channel, because yesterday I tried out a game that was on Game Pass, a game that we had actually seen many months ago, first advertised.
$5 super chat from Down from the Rafters Reel. Why don't you give your viewers a break after making so much money for your birthday? Why can't you just enjoy a full day as a thank you to them with no goals?
It was either during
that'll go over well. See, this is what you come on this guy's channel for.
Game Awards or Summer Game Fest last year, whatever it was, okay? But it was a game that had an actual unique visual style and a game that kind of...
If enough people can actually like have a legitimate conversation with PWR, you might be able to, like, he seems pretty moldable and pretty malleable. Like if you just put an idea in his head, he'll kind of go with it. If he gets his own following and his own, fans, and enough people can kind of say in his ear, listen, don't be like Phil. You don't want to, idolize Phil. He might break Pignosis at some point. So let's hope for that. Let's not, shit on the dude. Let's hope that we can get another Dent. Not that he's a whale or anything, but let's hope we can get another Dent to break Pignosis. That'd be awesome, honestly.
Threw together elements from games of yesteryear.
Even if he goes over on his own channel and, goes crazy and he hates women and, all that kind of stuff, it's like, believe it or not, that's okay.
called South of Midnight. It came out on Game Pass yesterday. It came out a little bit earlier the week before for those who paid extra. And I'll be transparent with all of you here. I hate that practice. I don't like the idea that a game is going to be on Game Pass on Tuesday, but if you pay extra money, you can play it a few days early. Then what's the point of the Game Pass system, right? Like, the whole idea is supposed to be to have like a simultaneous release and everyone gets it the same time. Not, some elitist group that decided to pay a few bucks extra gets it early. Because ultimately then what happens is they give out the game codes to people who they want to promote their game for free, and the games are already out, and people already know everything about them. So kind of the hype of playing the game on release day gets blown away. You know what I'm saying? And that's annoying. So anyway, this game looked unique, at least to me, in the art style, because it's a stop-motion animation style that really isn't. Like, you can play it without the stop.
We're getting into the cope right now, legitimately, of not hitting any goals yesterday. So if you're here for the cope, you're here just in time.
Motion, and then it looks just like a 60 frames per second game. But you could also have the stop-motion effect where it looks like almost the characters are similar to the art style that I would say of the Spider-Verse movies, right? How they purposefully lower the frame rate to make it look more artistic. So I told everyone I was going to give this game a fair shake. I was going to play it on its release day via Game Pass, see what it was like, tell you my honest opinion, my honest thoughts, and judge based on that if it was a game that I wanted to keep in my rotation and actually do a full playthrough of, or if it would just be a one-try demo, and then we would move on. All right? And to be fair, okay, that's exactly how I approached it. I did not allow myself to be influenced and have any preconceived notions about this game based on the online political sphere that goes around gaming today. I am well aware that in 2025, everything has to be politicized. Everything has
I like when he kept shaming Ken almost as good as looking at you, Cucky Koala, right? Poor Guppy Koala, he's gone, or else he changed his name.
to be either left or right, conservative or liberal, 100% left pushing, 100% right pushing, to the point where everyone's always at each other's throats. And if you even hear an inkling of, oh my God, did you know that there's a trans character in our game? That all of a sudden the entire world has to go crazy, right? Did you hear that Sweet Baby Inc. had involvement with this game? Did you hear that there is
The cope of no money is coming.
a minority as the protagonist of this game? And immediately that has to be the entire discourse. Anytime that you have one of these things as a part of a game now, that literally makes the entire discourse up online. And what you start to hear is all those things becoming the center focus, and you don't hear anyone say, hey, what does the game play like? Hey, what are the game mechanics like? How are the controls? How's the music? What about the art design? Is the game fun to play? You hear none of that. None. It just like disappears. Like all those factors of if a game is good or bad just go right out the window. Okay? And I'm gonna be honest, that pisses me off. Because me as a gamer, a 17-year YouTube veteran, when I play a game, it doesn't matter what the game is. I try to approach it with no preconceived notions at all. Even though I may know that there's all this discourse around it. For example, I played Dragon Age, what was it called? The Veilguard, back in the fall. And I well knew that there was going to be political discourse in the game because people had already talked about it, pulling a barf and all of that. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to attempt to play it at face value. And I think I played it, I want to say 12 to 15 hours. And I got so bored, I dropped it. I didn't drop it because of politics. I didn't drop it because it was too liberal. I dropped it because it was boring. Like I was 15 hours in. I didn't even know what I was even doing. I was like, why are we doing these missions? What's the point? Everything seems like busy work, side work, boring gameplay. Why are we playing this crap? That's why I dropped it. Recently, I played Assassin's Creed Shadows. And I'm well aware that a major focus of discourse around AC Shadows is that one of the protagonists is a female ninja, which isn't representative of the culture, and other protagonist is
He's blaming the very clear wage quits of some of the last few games on things like being woke, being boring, being, whatever. He didn't like it, things like that. So he's just basically trying to get everybody to, come over to his side. And, like I said at the beginning of the stream, it's okay, Daddy, you don't have to play the game. So that's where we are now.
a black samurai who certainly is not representative of the Japanese culture. And everyone was up in arms about that. But I played the game and I dropped it after 9 hours. Why? Because the game was boring. Not because of the political problems around it, but because the game at face value was not fun to play. So I said, I'm not going to continue to play it. That should be the basis on which we judge whether or not we're going to play video games. Take a look at The Last of Us 2, which I feel was almost the catalyst of all of this back in 2020. Okay? A game where it's revealed that Ellie is gay. It's revealed that there's another character that's almost like a very manly woman in Abby. And they decide to kill the strong male lead, Joel, off within the...
I think he said he quit Assassin's Creed Shadows. I think he said it was boring. It was boring and he didn't like it.
First couple of hours of the game as almost to piss you off if you liked him as a character in the first game. And all the discourse around that game was around that stuff. For me, I was able to play the game in full, and I was able to recognize the things about the game that were great, like the graphics and the gameplay elements, but I was also able to observe the things that were not so great, like the plot not only being almost misery porn at times, but also being one of the worst paced, worst written plots I'd ever experienced in a narrative-based video game. So I was able to actually observe factual issues with the game while everyone else was screaming politics, politics, politics. That wasn't my problem with it, okay? So now
I very much think it was his problem with it.
let's fast forward back to today, or I should say yesterday, okay, with South of Midnight, all right? So I start playing this game, and immediately there's a few graphical issues. I can't decide if I want to leave the stop motion on or off or whatever. But once we get into it, right, what is South of Midnight? So it's a game based in the deep south of the United States, the Bayou, Louisiana country, basically. And it has that kind of southern cultural influence. The music is completely unique to that region of the country. The atmosphere, the design, you're basically in a swamp, on a river, a bayou, whatever you want to call it. The gameplay. The gameplay is incredibly reminiscent of classic action platformers. Think Sly Cooper.
Of course, he can't talk about any game without relating it to another game. He can't just take one game as a whole and talk about how it handles, how it controls, or anything of the sort.
And Clank, Prince of Persia. If you were to take those 3 games and slap them together into one, that's probably the best way to describe the gameplay of South of Midnight. Okay? For some people, that might be amazing. You might be like, whoa, wait, what? It's like a callback to those classic games? Absolutely it is. Every time you fight enemies,
He can't say it didn't make money because he has to give you the reasons why he's wage quitting, because he gets his shit kicked in when he does wage quit something.
you're essentially in an enemy arena room, just like they used to do in those games. You're isolated to the room fighting groups of enemies in waves. Whenever you're platforming, jumping, double jumping, hovering, wall running, platforming, grabbing ledges, all the kind of stuff that you would have been used to from those old games, okay?
Christ, this man sure can talk a lot about nothing. Christ almighty, can this man go on? Jerry, thank you for the 2, honey. Is he going to mention quitting prepaid games? I think right here is the cope for quitting a lot of games, regardless of how he paid for them and when he got them. This is the cope for Assassin's Creed. This is the cope for, did he quit Avowed? I think he quit Avowed. This is the cope for, oh dear, I've forgotten the game. Midnight, the one that he played the other day. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name.
So, that's awesome if you like the classic style, okay? The game has a beautiful art design. That's kind of a unique thing. It does kind of look like almost like...
Is he looping? Grandpa's always looping. He said all this crap on the Daily Wrap. He said it on the nighttime stream.
Almost claymation animation, but it has its own unique style in the visuals, okay? The plot... Well,
this man should absolutely be in fucking politics. Over-promising, under-delivering, saying you're going to get one thing and then you don't, and ha-ha, get fucked, and all the fucking pandering and, filibustering and just going around in circles. This dude would be a fucking billionaire if he was in politics.
Honest, 2.5 hours in, the plot is pretty silly, where the girl is chasing her house that's getting swept away in a flood. How does she expect to save the house or stop it from being washed away? I have no idea. But then she starts running into mythical creatures, getting powers and magic and stuff.
Someone dropped him 50 subs. Nice.
So, it's a fantasy storyline. It's not to be taken seriously. You got to suspend your disbelief. But if you do that, it seems like you can enjoy the plot.
Remember, the shit's already gone. You just bought $250 fucking headphones. So, again, don't get upset. The shit's already gone. The money is gone. Oh, did he wage quit Disco Elysium?
And already, the first major dungeon area is basically a guy who got turned into a giant tree, and you got to figure out what exactly happened and then free him from being, petrified as a tree. So that's just a general idea of what the game is like early on. Now, admittedly, the protagonist is a little bit teen angsty and a little bit annoying, but I feel like that's the plot of the game, is that over the course of the game, she realizes, why people are how they are, why her mom is how she is. Die, you have to start over. So are there things...
I'm sorry, you played the game for 2 hours. I don't want to hear your opinions on the game.
Really? And if you say, well, was the game woke? No, not at all. Some people just don't understand what woke means. Was the game trying to shove social issues,
Roman senators get shanked? That is very true.
Stereotypes, political values, cultural things down your throat? No, not at all. It's literally the story of a girl and her mother who don't really get along. The house gets swept away. The girl goes into the woods, starts getting powers, and then that's it. There's nothing at all woke about the game in the first 2.5 hours. Now, maybe later on. All right? Really, I'm not going to put up with this bullshit. Just because it involves a certain culture doesn't make it woke. You don't even know what woke fucking means if that's what you think. You're a moron.
I think he's trying to cover his ass for just quitting it. He's trying to cover that it was a wage quit, but then if it wasn't a wage quit, then everyone's going to say that it's, because of the characters and everything, and he's trying to say, no, it's not, no, it's not.
You've bastardized the term for your own racist purposes. And I'm not going to thinking, what has happened to human intelligence? Really? Why is it that you are so, if you're one of these people who joins these hate mobs, all right, what is it that you just want to be told what to think and do rather than have an independent thought in your head? Is life really that difficult?
Who asked for South of Midnight? I don't think anybody did, but he plays every new game. Day one views, man. Day one views.
that you just need to be led around like a sheep? Like there's the fucking, the herder is leading you. Follow me. The Pied Piper plays the pipe, and you just got to believe everything you're told. What is wrong with you? Because I'm not even kidding. Right now, people in chat are saying shit like, well, what about this game developer of the game who went on X and said white male gamers were a mistake? Was that in the game? Grossing events I've ever done. The week before, I had an amazing stream. I've been hitting my goals left, right, up, and down. It's not that people don't like me. It's that people had actual prejudice installed against this game. And when I was trying to tell you during the stream to...
Oh, there it is. It's not that people don't like me. It's not that I'm boring. It's that the game is full of politics, and that's why people don't like it, and therefore it's okay for me to quit it. Because so it's another Stellar Blade. It's, you know, nobody likes it, so I don't like it, so I'm not going to play it.
Ignore the white noise and let's judge the game on its own merits. You want to know what in general my audience told me? No, we're not willing to do that. We'd much rather just be a mob, an angry group of people on the internet screaming at the game because we were told to. That is one of the worst mentalities you can have in life. And you're going to find yourself getting not only into trouble, you're going to find yourself completely being shut off to lines of inquiry.
I don't want to waste all my skip juice. April 15th, 2025, gifted 50 subs. Uh-oh, tax day.
Lines of enjoyment. And
I thought you meant legit fucking subs. I thought someone meant he got like legit 50 gifted. That's pretty funny. Toxic, will you be my shepherd? I guess maybe I am in a way, but
intelligent.
By all means, you can go hang out with Phil or go watch PWR or whatever.
Lines of thought. If you just let people lead you the fuck around forever. Do you understand that? I hope you understand that. I guess not.
The audience generally didn't like it. Whatever you may think, it's not a good idea to chastise most of your audience. Yeah, exactly. You're basically shitting on the people. If they don't like the game because, you know, the chick is black or the fucking sky is blue, they're allowed to not like the game. But you're shitting on people and you're biting the hand that feeds you. So, sir, I'd be very careful. Crazy Cat, thank you for the 5. Biggest racist ever accusing people of being racist. That's usually how it goes.
Because a lot of people, I guess, don't get that, all right? But I'm telling you right now, you have to stop. If we were playing this game, and within the first few minutes, already it's over the top, oh, all the white people in town are bad.
Oh, okay. I don't want to get into all of this.
J.K. Rowling says...
Oh, now we're going to go into this. No, absolutely not. Stop talking,
done
sir.
in a tasteful way. But the people who protested that game were so dumb, they didn't play the game. So they wouldn't even know that because they were so up their own ass, anti-J.K. Rowling, big angry mob on the internet, that all they wanted to do was crap on the game without actually knowing what it was. All right?
Now we're talking about fucking Hogwarts Legacy. I don't know what's happening. Morel, thanks for the 2, honey. Blame the game instead of the boring streamer 220. Right. Mm-hmm. Well, it's everything but him. It's always everything but him. We know that.
This case right here with South of Midnight is completely the flip side of the situation, where instead of people being angry at J.K. Rowling saying things that could be considered conservative and anti-trans, they're angry that people online who made the game, I guess, said liberal things, anti-conservative things on X and shit. So now this game is bad. You're doing the same thing. Don't you get it? If you can tell me you don't like South of Midnight because the gameplay sucks, because you don't like the graphics, the music annoys you, or there's a gameplay element that's annoying, the plot is poorly written, stuff like that, I would say, fair enough. At least you gave it a shot. At least you judged for its own merits. Okay? But people just aren't doing this anymore. And this is...
What did you miss? Apparently his whole chat is a bunch of like super angry racists and they wouldn't support the game. And so that's totally why he's wage quitting the game. Nothing to do with not getting any money.
Actually pissing me off. Because how can I play games and cover them for you if every game that I play now, apparently I'm supposed to do endless research about the people who made it and what they said on social media and what consultation...
Who told you that you were supposed to do that? Who said that you had to do that?
Companies were hired to make the game.
You know, you don't even have to address any of this. You could just say, game didn't make much money. So obviously, for whatever reason, nobody was really interested. So that's okay. We'll play something else. You don't have to do all of this because you're looking real stupid right now.
I don't give a fuck if Sweet Baby Inc. was employed to make this game or not. All I care about is if the game is good. All right? From the 2.5 hours that I played yesterday of South of Midnight, overall, I enjoyed my time with the game.
I don't think you did. You were fighting characters and talking about my character feels paper thin. I don't like this. I don't like what's going on. The few seconds that I did get of him playing the game, he was complaining about the game mechanics.
I enjoyed the more throwback aspect of the gameplay. I thought the music was quite entertaining and was good. And I thought that the plot was actually getting more interesting. The problem was, by the end of the stream, I couldn't even focus on the game anymore because my entire audience left me. They just nonstop complained in both chats about the game being too woke, which isn't even true. And then they refused to support the stream, telling me I'm not going to support this game. Not even, oh, well, Phil, I don't support you. It's, you're fine, but we don't like this game. Play something else. Do you see the problem here? Do you get it?
Do you get it? Do you understand? No, they're all retarded.
So
Please
here's the
explain
deal.
it further.
I have to do something that makes sense for me and my audience.
It's all just cope to be okay, to make it okay in his brain why he's wage quitting the game. That's all this is. He doesn't care who's black, who's white, who's this, who's that, who's whatever. He made $50. He doesn't like it. He wants to drop it. That's it. That's all this is.
And my business. All right, I'm going to do an analogy, and everyone's going to laugh because I always do food analogies, but they were. Okay?
Oh, are we doing the sandwich shop? We need Atlas.
Let's say I opened a sandwich shop. And typically I did Philly cheesesteaks and chicken bacon ranch sandwiches. Those are the two
I guess they all complained and then they left is what's happening.
that were like big, that always got people to come in and buy the sandwiches. They were the best sellers.
Yeah, this is some hella 220 shit, I agree.
And let's say I said, you know what? I'm going to try a new sandwich. It's going to be a Southern shrimp po' boy sandwich. I've never really done stuff like this before, but we're going to test it out. All right? So we start selling the Southern po' boy sandwich. Now, particularly, that sandwich isn't poorly made. It's not bad ingredients or anything like that. It's just for whatever reason, the customer base doesn't want the po' boy sandwich. They prefer the Philly cheesesteak and the chicken bacon ranch, which continue to sell well. But the po' boy just doesn't get over with the audience at all. They don't like it. All right? Should I keep making the po' boy sandwich anyway?
No, but you don't make a big fucking fuss about it like this. You quietly remove the sandwich from the menu and either replace it with something else or you replace it with nothing and you just move forward. You don't make a big fucking fuss about it like this and end up looking like a stupid asshole who doesn't know what he's talking about. You don't then start berating the customers. What, you don't like my new sandwich? What's wrong, asshole? You want a fucking, a chicken bacon ranch? Why don't you want this new sandwich? What are you, some kind of racist? You don't start doing that.
Should I just say, even though it's not making any money and everyone's complaining they don't want it, all they want is the Philly cheesesteak and the chicken, should I continue to put time and money invested into this chicken or this shrimp po' boy?
Obviously not, but don't bite the hand that is literally feeding you and call people retarded and assholes and racists because they don't want the sandwich.
That no one's buying.
I agree. Give Atlas his sandwich shop back for real.
Or should I say, all right, I tried it. It didn't work. It's not for my customer base. It is what it is. Move on. That's the mentality.
Don't all business owners attack their customers on a regular basis when their personal opinions and feelings are challenged? Right. That's totally a thing.
That in the last 6 to 8 months, I've now tried to adopt. All right. And I hope that you understand where I'm coming from. Because people now are giving me shit saying, how dare you drop so-and-so game? Whether
nobody said this.
it's you didn't play Metaphor, You dropped Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yep.
You dropped Stalker 2.
Yep.
You're not even going to give South of Midnight more than one stream.
Nope.
This and this and this, all right?
So I guess he's had enough of getting his shit kicked in about all the wage quitting. I guess that's really what this is.
In business, okay? Why
Oh,
on
I don't need a man who has fucking committed tax fraud and bankruptcy fraud to talk to me about business. I'm sorry. Hard fucking pass.
stream, those actions told me you don't want this product anymore. Move on and do other things. So that's what I'm going to do.
And that's fine. You don't have to continue to defend yourself like this. You're just sounding really stupid, honey. Just say, I want to, it didn't hit the goal. So no one likes it. So it doesn't matter why they don't like it. If they don't like it because there's some kind of like just horrific racist, they're allowed to be, fucked up as that is. There's no law that says you can't be that fucking ignorant and stupid. But if you are, then okay. That's fine.
So if you now come back at me and say, hey, Phil, why do you drop all games? Why are you a quitter? Why are you not finishing games anymore? And I'm upset with you. I have to be very honest and upfront with you. All right? Because when you are doing something that your customers don't want, you stop doing it. Maybe you're one of the few customers who did like the Shrimp Po' Boy, and you're upset that I'm not going to continue to make it. But if
in that case, they'll go to another sandwich shop. And so in that case, they'll go to another streamer and watch them play it and not have an issue with it.
I only sold 5 Shrimp Po' Boys, but I'm selling 500 each of the Philly cheesesteak and the chicken bacon ranch, I have to do what people want to keep afloat. Right now, I'm being pulled in a million directions. People want me to finish ongoing playthroughs while I start up new games. They want me to play indie games, AAA games, middle-of-the-road games. They want me to do other stuff, like wrestling commentary. They want me to bring back my throwback nights that I haven't done now since last year. They want me
Nobody has asked you to do that. Nobody.
to build the new Piranha Plant Lego. I'm being pulled in a million directions.
Nobody wants to watch you build Legos. Nobody wants to watch that awful fucking wrestling show you do. Nobody wants 2 hours of you sitting here like a lunatic, ranting and raving. You're pulling yourself in too many different fucking directions. You are doing this to yourself. I don't think there was necessarily, if I could English, that'd be great. I don't think there was necessarily a lot of asking for you to play this game. So you're the one who chose this.
I have to do with my time as people are going to see fit when it comes to what they feel is valid for their viewership, their time, and their support. Why on earth, if I'm being asked to do a million things?
He can't do the polls. He says that the LARPers and trolls skew the poll.
Why would I do things that no one wants me to do? Even if I want to do them. Because that's the other thing that a lot of people don't understand. Well, Phil, doesn't that mean you don't have passion for games? No, that's not true at all.
It means I have more passion for money than I have for games, is what this is.
What I'm doing right now, this segment during the podcast, is showing
Streaming is hard work. Doing a 9 to 5 is easy. Oh, right. That's right. I forgot that this guy has the hardest job in the world. I am one simple bitch. I totally forgot.
you that I have passion for what I do. Because if I didn't, I would just have been like, well, it didn't work. That's it. Moving on. And I wouldn't have ever mentioned it ever again.
Which is exactly what you should have done. It doesn't mean that you don't have passion. Sitting here and talking like an asshole, bro, you are going to get so motherfucking clipped for this. This is a great dented face. I got to grab this. You look so fucking stupid. The cope is so strong. I can just about taste the fucking copium.
We would have never had this segment, and I never would have had to justify my feelings about what happened yesterday.
You don't have to justify anything. You are a grown-ass man, and you run this shit. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. If you didn't like the game because the character was black, again, say it with your fucking chest out, and just quit the game and be done. Or don't play the game in the first place. Just say what the fuck it is. It's very simple. I thought the game was okay, but it didn't make any money. Nobody liked it, so we're done. Be proud of who you are. You're a money-grubbing bitch. Just, it's okay. Be proud.
I would have just blown it off and not given a shit. But I do care. I want you to understand that I have passion for what I do.
Lies, X to gout. I've never needed to hit X so quickly in my life. Straight X to gout.
And it disappoints me that I'm seeing increasingly people being influenced by online mobs and not even giving games a fair shake, because the case is this may happen more and more and more in the future. Online mentalities of politics and culture are becoming bigger things, right? I can't tell you how many times something's not out yet, a movie, a TV show, a game, a piece of music, and all you hear about is the controversy behind it, this and that, but it's not out yet. How can you even judge it yet? It's not out yet, but they do, and this influences how that thing is received. That's ridiculous. And now it's affecting me in my streams. It is like, it just doesn't make sense. But that's what I need to start doing, I guess. Like, do I have to literally judge every single game that I play? Am I supposed to be doing all this research ahead of time? Was there social discourse behind it? Did someone make a mean tweet that pissed people off that was involved in the development of this game? Who the fuck cares? And the truth is, no one should. People should stop being such crazy drama queen sissies about this shit. And if you don't care about a game, don't play it. Or if you want to see someone's opinion on a game, watch them play it before you buy it. But if you're joining online hate mobs before you've even seen a piece of anything from a game or a movie or a show, you are completely missing the point of what it is to be an independent.
That's what he should be playing, honestly, is Schedule 1. I don't know why he quit it and didn't go back to it. I don't think he liked it, but that's what he should be playing. But he's so fucking out of touch. He doesn't know what's popular and what isn't.
Intelligent human.
We don't need any more Street Fighter. We don't need any more Black Ops 6. You know what I mean? We don't need any more fucking Yakuza that he is destroying and making just fucking terrible. Play something that's popular. Play something that's, fucking current. Neva Blowing Bubbles, thank you for the 5. Philip Burnell toughs it out for you guys, playing games as if he's like Jesus Christ being crucified on the cross, dying for your sins like a martyr. That, you got that right.
Yesterday really upset me.
Schedule 1 is the game where you're basically a drug dealer and you build up it's like a sim-ish game where you build up like a drug empire. And you make like cocaine and, you grow weed and stuff. If you watch Moist Critical, Charlie, he plays it a lot. It's really, really fun. I actually don't want this guy to play it again, even though he should be for his business. But watch Moist Critical play it. It's really fun.
And tell. That's why I'm talking about this at length on today's podcast. I want people to be open-minded when they come to my streams and understand that we're going to judge together if a game is good on its own merits. Not what they told you or this issue or that. Just, is the game good? I did the same.
Yeah, Breaking Bad the game, essentially.
Exact thing with Hogwarts Legacy. Do you remember? And you
He's like Job, dude. Remember
that I really liked the first half of the game and I actually disliked the second half of the game, and I told you that. So I want the ability to do that. But then you have to give me the benefit of the doubt. You have to believe me when I tell you a game isn't woke or isn't slop just because someone else told you that. We're fucking playing it together right now.
Or you can let people make their own decisions. Maybe it's not that the game is, woke. Maybe that doesn't have anything to, do with it. Maybe they don't like it because it's a chick. Maybe they don't like it because of who knows. Maybe they don't like it because you suck at it. Did you ever think of that? That maybe it's the fact that you blow and you make everything boring and everyone was like, fuck this, I'm out of here.
Now, can you please open your eyes and start watching and listening and understanding for yourself rather than just hearing the
Bro, move on.
hate moms? Because if not, life's...
I'll use half the
But
skip
certainly,
juice.
this would have been a game that I would have at least given a second shot to, done a second stream. But if the first stream is a miserable failure, right? Less than 200 viewers, everyone complaining they don't like the game, and me getting like $10 out of it, I'm not going to play it anymore. I'm going to do other things.
Yeah, don't believe what other people tell you. Make up your own mind and believe what I tell you. Fucking what?
But I hope you understand. I have to do the right thing. And sadly, that's the right thing in the modern day is since I have the ability to jump between games, I can afford to play whatever game I want. I'm not limited to only one platform anymore. I can only buy a console game. I can only get a game when I have the money for it this week. That's not the case anymore, right? So
I call him Penguin Z0 or Penguins Zero. There's 2 ways to say that one too. I usually call him Sir Moist.
I have to do the right things, and I have to play the stuff that people are going to be here for. Okay? Fair enough. I hope that makes sense.
Hope of the
If
century.
you disagree, well, I don't know what else I could do to change it besides say, well, then you should.
You can't change
That
everyone's
certain games
mind.
have
Move on.
that audience and support, and others don't.
Move
Okay.
on. Move on.
So, yeah. If anything, the only thing I can end this with, because then we got to do shout outs and end the show. Please try to have more of an open mind and do yourself a favor. Don't do me a favor. All right? Do yourself a favor. Think for yourself. Don't just jump.
Think for yourself and like whatever slop I dish out and give me hundreds and thousands of dollars for it. Your brain hurts. Oof, mine too.
On online mobs and hate mentalities. There's very good reasons why you might look at South of Midnight and be like, this game is not good and it's not for me. But none of the things that I were seeing said in my chat actually were truthful. And if the fact that people tuned out from that playthrough because of lies, because of drama, because of online rabble-rousing bullshit, that pisses me off. Because it's just going to be a
Because it hit your pocket? Is that why? Sir Moist sounds gross, not gonna lie. You can call him Charlie.
matter of time when you end up getting a game that actually is really good. I mean, maybe that's not South of Midnight, but what if the next big game, again, gets caught up in all this drama bullshit? Now we can't just...
Oh, God.
If your most concerning issue is that Sweet Baby Inc. was involved with South of Midnight and that one of the game developers made a negative, insensitive tweet, then maybe you should try to get stuff in perspective for yourself.
Call him Sir Charlie. From henceforth, he is known as Sir Charlie.
You know what I'm saying? And if someone else happens to like the game, maybe you should let them. Instead of just crapping on their parade and telling them how wrong they are for liking a woke game.
I love how every time he sells to Peter and then just beats the fuck out of him. And he's just like, don't you ever do that to me again.
God fucking forbid that someone have an independent thought in their brains.
God fucking forbid you don't get the hell off of this, bro. Driving me nuts.
Why are you playing it? Or on the flip side, that game is, ultra conservative.
Grandpa, we all have other fucking things to do today. All of us. Everybody here right now would probably really love to fuck off and go do something else, sir.
Why are you playing it, right? It's another Hogwarts Legacy suit situation. I just don't want to have these situations. I'm tired of them. I just want to play games.
So play them and shut the fuck up.
You understand? I just want to play games.
So play it.
And I can't. I'm not allowed to anymore, I guess. I have to play this online bullshit game with sissies. And I'm tired of it. And yes, in truth, I'm
Whatever that means. I don't even know what the fuck that means.
hungry, which is why I keep making food analogies. That's why I want to eat Little Caesars today.
Oh, wow. Nice bag. Big ups, pimp.
Let's see.
Wait till he gets those fucking 50 gifted from tax day is coming soon.
Someone took me $2 that says that I'm woke. If you think I'm woke, you may actually be like mentally handicapped.
Nobody said this. Adam, thank you for the 5, honey. Phil can't think higher or understand why everybody hates the game. He's not a real gamer. He would know they switched the main character, butthurt.
You must have had to.
Phil doesn't know much about a whole lot, so... All he knows is game must be bad, or, everyone have negative opinion of game. Everyone negative opinion affect my wallet. My wallet empty and sad. Must do something else. Why this game no good? Why you no give?
To ignore everything that I've said over the years about everything. I am so not of that mentality at all, right? But the thing is, I'm also not ultra conservative or anything. I just don't.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
put up with this bullshit.
Which, not that that's a bad thing. Do whatever the fuck that you want to do, but don't say that you're not when you are.
Any of these people with their nonsensical pushing to the left or pushing to the right, self-serving, grifting mentalities.
This is all because he was $100 short of the goal, by the way. I want everyone to be crystal clear, as I'm sure we already are. This is because he didn't hit the goal on the game yesterday.
You know, you're out of your mind if you actually think that. Maybe you're just stupid.
There's only one stupid man here right now, sir. There's only one stupid person here.
Okay.
Can we move on? Do you want to talk about your 50
Beaver bothered
gifted?
to the $1.50 says because we didn't like the game, we have to get scolded. Well, if you didn't like the game,
We pretty much did get scolded.
all right, and you just said, okay, I don't like it, I will not tune into that stream and I'll come back when Phil plays a game I like, then that's not what that whole section was just about. But if you were someone who came by the stream yesterday and
How often did the other kids call him a sissy? Sissy is, I believe, this gentleman's insert word because he can't use the F, the homophobic slur. That's what I really think he wants to say, but he inserts the word sissy instead. Just like how he wants to say retard, but he'll say mouth drooler, or, you know, you're crazy, you need you need help, you're not all there in the head. It's because he wants to say the word retard, but he knows that he shouldn't make a habit of that. And YouTube is definitely not going to go for, the homophobic, slur. So I think that is what sissy is supposed to be replacing.
literally screamed in my chat for 2.5 hours, this game is woke and it sucks, and literally said, we're not going to support this stream because we don't like this game. Not because we don't like Phil, but it's because we don't like this game because it's...
No, why would they sit there and watch something they don't like and give money to it? We don't give money to things that we don't like or that we don't support. We don't give money to those things.
It's woke. That's who I was just screaming at, and yes, you deserve it. In fact, you should get much worse.
Thanks, Daddy. I feel so scolded
Okay.
and bad. I'll go cry about it later. Really, I will.
All right, folks. Well, that's what I've got for today. It's hot in here. The sun is out. It's beating on my
You're
office
working
wall.
your fucking self up there, Grandpa. Slow down.
It's getting really
You need a juice box and a nap, stat. You're getting yourself all worked up.
warm in here. So I might have to, like...
Exactly. They vote with their wallet. If they don't like the game, if they don't like you, or a combination of both, that's right. They fuck off out. If someone comes in my stream and they're like, oh, what's this loudmouth bitch rambling on about? And they don't like it, they leave. And they don't support, they don't sub, they don't do anything, and they fuck off. And they're totally within their right to do it. And if it's because I'm a woman or, they can't stand the sound of my voice, I get that one quite frequently. For whatever reason, they fuck off, and that's their prerogative. Anyone cannot support you or support you at any time for whatever reason or no reason. This is at will donations here, bro. They can give or not give, and they don't fucking need a reason.
Pump everything up, like the fans and everything. I was actually saying this to my wife this morning. I said, it's still very cool. It's spring.
God, talking her
And,
ear off this morning,
and let's
too.
make some major progress. And let's eat some greasy pizza. And let's have a good stream without people screaming about wokeness. How about that?
You're the only one screaming about it, dude. You're the only one screaming about it.
No, Usagi Jojo, I've had enough. I'm going to directly address you. He says, it's weird. Phil's blaming his viewers for the politicization that SPI brought upon themselves and, in fact, was their jobs to do so. No, Usagi Jojo, I'm blaming you for bringing that to my stream. My stream had nothing to do with Sweet Baby Inc. Zero. My stream was supposed to be a neutral place to judge the game on its own merits. You're the kind of person that brought the Sweet Baby Inc. drama to my stream, not me. I wasn't involved in it. You.
Who doesn't like the sound of my voice? Oh, well, the AI voice usually goes over pretty well.
And you brought your
The AI voice freaks people out. I quite enjoy that.
baggage to my neutral stream.
Here's the thing. If you're streaming on the internet, you've been ripped on for everything. If you're on camera, you get ripped on for how you look. Of course, if you're talking, you get ripped on for the way you sound, or your voice is too high, too low. You know, it's this, it's that. I don't like your accent, or whatever the case. I don't care what it is you do on the internet, you get ripped for it. So it's not often, but I have been ripped for my voice before. That's fine.
And that's why it's unfair.
Look, your little boyfriend Lance, he came to get you. Look, he gifted you a sub.
If you have an issue with
Guppy Lance, he's here to help you, honey.
Sweet Baby Ink, go
Rub $100 bill on it. You'll feel better.
bitch at Sweet Baby Ink and leave it the fuck off of my content. What don't you get about that? That's not rocket science. Leave the drama out the fuck of my streams, because I don't do drama streams. I don't
Totally not doing a drama stream right now.
need this brain rot bullshit on my fucking stream. I just want to play a fucking video game, and if you don't get that, you're in the wrong spot. Thank you, Lance Catamaran, who gifted a sub this.
Here we go. Maybe some money. For God's sake, someone give him like $20 and like knock this out of his system. Oh my God. What mic do I use? I have a Blue Yeti, but I have some filters on Streamlabs to kind of limit it, because I have a very loud voice, and to like take background shit out of it. So
This morning. That is the first gift.
this Blue Yeti is like, it was like $120 or something. I've had this thing for fucking years now. I'm telling you, don't need anything better than this. It's really good. And a pop filter that was like, I don't know, $10 at Walmart or
Sub
whatever.
of the day.
But you also have to know how to talk into your microphone. You have to know where to place it and how far away to be from it, which is what this asshole doesn't understand. Come on, guys, get him a little bit of a money buff. I'm not saying I want him to hit the goal or anything, but someone give him like $20.
Thank you. We're now
He's 3 taunts away from the Eat It rant. Wait till he gets to that 50 gifted.
$60 and climbing of support. Excellent. All right, let's end the show, because I got to end this podcast, take a brief break to use the bathroom, come back.
Oh, is he just not even going to address it? Okay.
I want to play about 2.5 hours of Adam Fall today, and we already ran late.
And this is why we don't get through the games. This is why we never get through any of the games.
Again. So thank you guys for watching the Level 1 podcast. Remember, tomorrow will be a fun day.
Doubt it.
We'll be talking about all kinds of stuff going on in gaming and the like. But also remember, tomorrow we got the new game, Blueprints, premiering, and we've got Smart Guys going on. So it's going to be an interesting day tomorrow, to say the least, okay? Thank you guys very much for watching. And I will see you tomorrow for another fun
Oh, if you don't know by now I'm a loudmouth, then you just don't know.
show. Peace out, and I'll see you then.
I'm feisty and my voice carries. If I want it to.
Okay. Let us get set up. Let's do
Tips are like a pacifier for man babies, 100%.
some...
So we're going to end this with a whimper, as we always do, after being scolded for not liking a video game, which we're totally allowed to do if we want to. So maybe tomorrow, because this is still something that I want to address, was his fucking daily fap from yesterday. But the thing about it is like, stopping by to say hi. Oh, thanks, Rob. I appreciate you. I hope you have a good day. Don't work too hard. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. Like I say, maybe we'll go over that daily fap, and I'm sure this is only going to get worse as the day goes on. So we'll review some clips tomorrow and do some other fun stuff. And then tomorrow we'll have to see, do you guys want me to stream? We'll do daytime, and then we'll have to see, do you want to come back in the evening and we can hang out and see who the guest is for Smart Guys, and see how that goes for a minute. And then when it sucks, we can like go and watch, something else, or I'll get to some of the clips that I've been wanting to for the last few days, but haven't got there. So we'll have to see what we want to do. But let's think about all that tomorrow. Don't think about it today. Again, appreciate everybody hanging out with me. A lot of fun with this complete fucking loser as usual. I invite you to sub to my channel, but if you don't want to, totally cool. As always, I'm not your mom. I can't tell you what to do, but I hope to see you next time. Big ups, everybody.